Good and going for the next round of Rugby League. Magic round done, and now we move on towards that origin period. Hey guys, how you going? Sit down, BK Sport. It is round 10 of the NRL season, and we have got the Parramatta Eels taking on the Redcliffe Dolphins in a game that is going to be something that you think one team... I don't know, actually. I don't know how to explain this game because both these teams are currently in the bottom four. The Dolphins have had pretty good form recently, but obviously not last week. I just don't know kind of how to read the Dolphins right now. They lost 36-26 to the Roosters last week, whilst the Eels lost 28-18, but they had a great win the week before that where Mitchell Moses came back and they were able to beat, who was it? No, sorry, the week before that they had the bye, and then the week before that was when they took on the West Tigers. So, look, this Eels team and this Dolphins team are in mixed form right now, but I wouldn't say that the Eels are in form. They only won the one game, but the Dolphins definitely were. So let's see who can bounce back here this week after both the teams did lose just last week. Now, the Roosters, obviously, when they did the Dolphins... the Dolphins did play them. The Roosters are getting into a bit of a better rhythm about their season. They're now up to 11th. They were down there in last and second last at one stage. So they'll be very happy about the little bit of movements they're making. So that was a decent form team they're playing up against. And the Sharks for the Eels, that was a team that is obviously in the top six who haven't been super impressive so far this season, but just are getting enough results to be well and truly there and thereabouts. This game today, let's get into the two team lineups for both these teams. Obviously, guys, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. I will have to adjust the time in just a few moments, so do obviously remind me to do that so that you guys can get the live score. But all right, the Parramatta Eels come into this game from 17th position. They are in numero uno on last place of the table, whilst the Dolphins are in 14th, and this is at CommBank Stadium in Sydney. Now, the ins here for the Eels, Matt Dory. The out is Sam Tuivaiti. The fullback is Isaiah Yongi. The wingers are Bailey Simonson and Josh Adokar, with the centers Will Penasini and Sean Russell. You go to the 5'8", Dylan Brown. Halfback is Mitchell Moses, who is the captain. With the big props, Jack Williams and Junior Bolo. Number 9 is Riley Smith. You go to the back row of Charlie Geimer and Kitione Kautonga with Jermaine Hopgood as the 13. Interchange of Dylan Walker, Luca Moretti, Jordan Zamrani and Matt Dury. The 18th man replacement is Joash Papali'i and Jason Riles is the coach. I don't know how to tell you about this team. I just don't know. I don't think anybody knows. Like, they're in 17th. They have deserved so far this season, 17th. Yes, they had a good win a couple of weeks ago against the Tigers, who are still developing as a club from their previous couple of years. So this Eels team is still... you still have that thought process that they are well and truly deserving of where they are, but they have a better team than to be in 17th. Like, they do have Mitchell Moses and Dylan Brown, who are, well, should be, based off of their reputation, two of the better halves in the game. Isaiah Yongi, obviously, in their fullback, is a very young, up-and-coming player, and Riley Smith is, a little bit how you're going there, but, we'll see how that one does go. Their backline is... defensively, I just don't know about it, man. Their defense isn't exactly fantastic whatsoever, and their attack is solely heavily reliant upon Mitchell Moses. Because Dylan Brown got his opportunity to show his leadership skills. Dylan Brown got his opportunity to be the guy, and then when he tried to be the guy, he wasn't the guy. There was no guy there. It didn't happen. So it'll be interesting to see how he does go when he goes up to the Newcastle Knights next year. But this Eels team is just so up and down, but more so down than up by a long stretch. Long stretch. So it's really difficult to read them. Now, the Dolphins, on the other hand, you got Felice Kafusi and Kurt Donahue coming back in, with the outs being Jerry Marshall King and Oren Keeley. Obviously, big out for them would be Marshall King, but a big in for them is Kafusi with that real solid toughness and that origin experience. You go to the fullback, Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow. Wingers are Jermaine Sarko and Jack Bostock. The centers, Jake Avarillo and Herbie Farnworth, with the 5'8" being Cody Nick Reamer and the halfback, Isaiah Katoa. The props are Francis Molo and Felice Kafusi. Number 9 is Kurt Donahue, with the back rowers Kulikefi Funifuiaki and Ray Stone comes into the team off the bench. Tom Gilbert is the captain in 13. Now, Canelli Lemielu was originally starting the back row. He's now on the bench with Mark Nichols, Josh Kerr, and Harrison Graham, and Sean O'Sullivan remains the 18th man replacement. Christian Wolf is the coach. The Dolphins, like I said, they had a pretty good bit of form recently. They went through, well, the first part of the season, they started off 0-4, and then I think they won like 3 games in a row, was it? I'm going to go make sure of this, actually. I'm going to go make sure of this one. Sidol fan. The Dolphins, they lost 16-14 to the Rabbits. They lost 26-12 to the Knights. They lost 30-18 to the Tigers, and then 20-12 to the Broncos. Obviously, my team, the Titans, play them back into form. They win 36-10 over us, 30-12 over the Panthers, and then 42-22 over the Storm, despite being down 16-2 at one stage. The Dolphins, that was great. Then they went on another 2-game losing streak, 40-28 to the Raiders, who are playing very good football right now, and the Roosters, who are 36-26. So this Dolphins team is absolutely the epitome of fluctuations right now. Massive, massive out of form, massive, massive in form. Now they're back to being out of form, but they are coming up against a team where they realistically should be able to get played back into form through a game like this if they're considering themselves as a top 8 team, if they're considering themselves to be one of the big dogs of the competition, right? So this is a game they really need to be targeting to put themselves back into the right train of thought, the right processes to getting back into how they were playing just before. They've got a great team, man. They really do. Their backline, their 1 through 5 is actually fantastic. Hamiso, Jermaine, Jake Averillo, Herbie Farmworth, and Jack Bostock. You really can't ask for much more than that. Yeah, sure, you're going to have other teams that do have your Brian To'os, you do have your Xavier Coates, all those kind of guys on the wing. You're going to have some fantastic players across 1 through 5s from teams, but the Dolphins, honestly, I think most teams would love to have that. Their issues do come from, I would say, their forwards. I don't think that they're living up to it right this very second, and I do think that the halves of Nick Rim and Isai Katoa's been playing pretty well for the most part of the season. Even when they were 0-4, he was still playing some pretty damn well good footy. But it's just, you look at that halves combo, and I just struggle to see them being a big-time contender on a long term. They're going to have some great games together. They absolutely will. But I just don't know if it's enough to push them into the top caliber. Now, actually, before I get into the ladder, let's give a tip. I will take the Dolphins to bounce back into a bit of form here today. I will. I would not be surprised if the Eels win because both these teams are out of form. The Eels specifically very out of form, but I will take the Dolphins just because I do love, that 1 through 5. I think they should be able to piece through this Eels defense. But if Mitchell Moses is on, the Eels will win this game too. So it just comes down to, and that's the saddest thing for the Eels, is that they are so heavily reliant upon one player that if he's not playing well, like last week he didn't really get involved too much, if he's not playing well, they're not really going to be in the game. He had an incredible game against the West Tigers 3 weeks ago. He had an incredible game, and they won that game. Fantastic. And before that, he didn't play a game throughout the season. So was that their first win? No, it wasn't their first win, was it? Anyway, point of the matter is, I will take the Dolphins. I just think that they've got probably a bit of a better lineup and a little bit more structure about their season so far. With that being said, though, there's no guarantees about this game whatsoever. Now let's look into the ladder. The Eels obviously being in last position. They come in with 6 points, which is equal with the Titans, the Panthers, and the Dolphins. Now they've got a minus 117 points differential, which is pretty damn well bad, but it's not as bad as it could have been considering where they were about a month ago now. Now, if they were to lose this game, obviously they would remain in last unless, say, the Titans lost by 40, 50 odd points to the Newcastle Knights. And if that happened, I'm flipping the computer because that team can't score. But the Eels on minus 117, they won't go anywhere if they lose this game. They win this game, however, they will jump the Titans, they will jump the Panthers, and they will jump the Dolphins into 8 points, and they'll be equal with the Rabbitohs, the Knights, the Roosters, and the Dragons. But because their points differential is so poor at minus 117, the Rabbitohs are at minus 70. So the Rabbitohs this week play the Broncos tomorrow. The Eels would have to win this game by a good 30 odd points, 40 odd points, and then the Rabbitohs lose by about 10, 20, and then they would go above them. So that's kind of the only realistic option there. The Knights, it's just not going to be happening unless the Titans absolutely whooped them and the Eels absolutely whooped the Dolphins here today, which I just can't see possible. So look, realistically, obviously the Titans, the Panthers, and the Titans and Panthers would still get to play this weekend. Panthers play the Cowboys, Titans play the Knights. There is a chance that they could jump probably to 14th. 14th is probably the highest you'll be looking at there for the Eels. The Dolphins, on the other hand, like I said, they are equal with the Panthers, the Titans, and the Eels on the 6 points. If they were to win this game, they've got a +6. They got a +6, which is really, really good considering where they are. Now, that means that the teams above them, who are all on negatives, they're all vulnerable to this Dolphins team, who just need to get a win, and they will jump them provided that team loses. Because the Dolphins have a +6, the Rabbitohs have a -70, the Knights have a -48, the Roosters have a -42, and the Dragons have a -14. So they would jump all 4 of those teams into 10th place today. That's the highest they could go because the Cowboys and whatnot are all on 10 points. So the Dolphins, if they win today, would go to 10th, but there is obviously all these the Roosters have a bye this week, so they cannot go above them, so they would go actually to 11th because the Roosters result would be updated at the start of this game. So the highest the Dolphins could go is into 11th position, and then they have to rely upon the Dragons, the Knights, and the Rabbitohs all to lose to stay in their position. So you'd probably be expecting maybe one or maybe 2 of those teams actually. Who the Rabbitohs, Knights, and Dragons against the Broncos, Titans, and Warriors. You'd probably be expecting well, based off of everything, you probably just expect the Knights to win off of their. That's probably the only team out of those 3 that would be the favourites for their games. So the Dolphins could absolutely finish their weekend off in 11th and 12th, right? If they lose this game, however, the Eels would jump them, so they would go down to 15th, and then it would be reliant upon the Panthers and Titans losing to the Cowboys and Knights, because the Dolphins could absolutely go into last position. So this is a very big fluctuating round here for the Dolphins, which emulates their season quite significantly. Get this damn old Telstra ad off of my screen. I'm sick of that whistling. And there you go. That's... That is the little pre-game analysis here for this game. I will take the Dolphins, but absolutely not convinced at all between these two. It just comes down to, is Mitchell Moses feeling it today? Is Mitchell Moses feeling it today? Because if he's feeling it, then the Eels probably do win this game. But alright guys, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe it. Let's get into the chat and let's see what you are saying. Fire it up. Fire it up for Sir Rugby League. Get a Rugby League going. Get a Rugby League going! Rocky Sports, the $3 donation says Titans winning the comp this year. Gee whiz. Rocky, firstly, appreciate you for your $3 donation, but you're absolutely damn well right. You are absolutely damn well right, Rocky. Gee whiz! I love you, remember the $8 donations. Another day, another dono. Love the Instagram story today. Was going to message you to make sure you're okay as I've been watching the news. Yeah, firstly, appreciate you for your donation. If people don't know, there has been a lot of very, very heavy shit going down between India and Pakistan right now. Obviously, I am in India, for the people who aren't aware of that. She's referring to a story I put on my Instagram where I was actually drumming. So that, fun fact with that story, and you'll see this on BKRtravel eventually, but fun fact with that story, we were coming back from a private lake that we were all swimming at, and in India, they have like weddings and like parties and stuff on the side of the road. So we just pulled over and just started dancing with him. And one of the guys had the drums. I was like, "Let me jump on the drums, bro." And he let me into it. And yeah, we fired it up and everyone was getting around it. So you guys saw like maybe 10, 15 people there. There was like 100 behind the camera. So it was pretty full on. But yeah, look, I'm okay. I'm still in Udaipur. I'm leaving for Thailand over the next 3 days, which will be good because I'm doing my fitness retreat starting Tuesday. But yeah, it is like, God bless to the people here in India, man, because it's a very tense situation right now. Jack Kirtland says, why has there been a new AFL game but not the rugby game? It's been 8 long years. Yeah, I know. Well, apparently it's coming out soon. Weren't they doing all the analytics and the facial recognitions and all that type of stuff recently? I'm pretty certain there is an NRL game coming out soon. Hara Kiri says, hi bro, hello. Hara Skunkle says, friendly chat reminder, no one cares about the Bears, fight the Bears. Mitchell says, Parra didn't play 2 weeks in a row, that's weird. Well, I did see it. I did actually see it. I did actually see the Eels play the Tigers, Mitchell, but I do appreciate your delusion. No, I do appreciate your delusion because I have to be delusional being a Gold Coast Titans fan. I need to be delusional because if I'm not delusional, then it's going to suck. Then watching rugby league's going to suck. I'm not going to enjoy rugby league. And then you know what? We're just going to jump off of here and we're just going to go focus a whole 100% on trying Hong Kong dumplings for the first time, as you can see in the pinned comment there for the other channel. So, listen, if I'm not delusional for the Titans, if I'm not telling you they're going to win, you know, call the police. There's something wrong. There's something wrong. Ben says, hey, Mr. BK. Hello, Ben. It's my birthday tomorrow. I'm turning 23. No, you are turning 15. We've already told you this, but also happy birthday for tomorrow. But then again, tomorrow you could just let us know it was your birthday because we've got 2 games we're streaming. Titans and Knights, Rabbitohs and Broncos. But happy birthday for tomorrow. But we'll tell you tomorrow. Yeah, Jay says tell us tomorrow. Yeah, why don't you just tell us on the stream tomorrow, Ben? Better be hungover and have a face tat. Well, geez, you know, I was nearly there on Sunday. Eels are poo, Jack Kirkland says. Thank you, Jack. Olivia says, so are you. Oh, fair enough too, Olivia. Harrow says, happy birthday for tomorrow, Ben. It's also my birthday tomorrow. I'll have a few for you. You better have a few for him. But then again, he said he's turning 23, so he better be having a few for himself, to be fair. Database is bloody hell. Back to the next rounds of rugby league here and down under already. Time really is going fast. Well into May already. Okay, well into May is 8th of May. I'd be looking well into May is like 5th, 13th onwards. It's still pretty early, to be fair. But you are right. You know, when Magic Round comes, they're still in the sheds, by the way. When Magic Round comes, it usually starts to give you a strong indication that, you know, we're really moving into some crunch rounds. Around this Origin period, the Origin period is such a crucial time to really set up your season for the backstretch. You know, regardless of how you feel about all these different teams and regardless of how bad teams are played, between 17th and the 8th is still only 4 points, right? So, yes, the Eels, Titans, Panthers, and Dolphins and whatnot all equal last. Yes, they've all been extremely poor. However, we have seen teams like the Knights in previous years go on massive runs just after this period, but also kind of set themselves up throughout this Origin period. So, yeah, look, it's going to be interesting. We've still got a long way to go in the season. People love to just, you know, say the season's basically over. You know, there's plenty of times the Dragons have been April premiers and March premiers and whatnot from a couple of wins, and they didn't even make the 8, right? Sorry to take a shot at you there, Dragons fans, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying because you've probably said it about your team before. But long way to go in this season. Long way to go. Lisa Andrew won't be here this stream. Jay says, good point. Brenton says, hey, Blaze, hope you're staying safe, mate. Yeah, no, we're all right here, man. We're not. That's more so up like Punjab. I'm the state below Punjab, so I'm currently in Rajasthan, which is still on the border of Pakistan, but that's basically all that tent shit that you're seeing is happening up the north right now. But last night was actually really interesting. So we had the entirety, so the Eels running out to the field right now, guys. The Eels are running out into the field. Last night was really interesting. The whole of the country had to turn all their lights off at 8:30 p.m. It was only for 15 minutes, but the whole of the country had to turn all the electricity and the power off and whatnot. It was really cool, actually. It was really cool. But yeah, look, it's a bit of a tense vibe, but overall, like it's not as bad as the media's making it out for you guys. It's not as bad as the media's making it out for you guys. Take that from me, who's here in India with Indian people talking about it. Yes, it is a significant situation, but it's not as bad as the media is making it out for you. And Mum, if you're watching this, that's for you as well. She messaged me last night. She's like, get the fuck out. I'm going to Thailand the next couple of days anyway. But the Dolphins will kick this ball off here for the game, and the Eels will grab this ball at the 5 through Moses, after Bolo, and Bushka into Felix Kafusi, first tackle. Oh wait, did I refresh this? Did I refresh his score? Jay never let me know. He's never let me know ever before. It's actually impossible. I think it's illegal in the country of Perth, the country of Western Australia, to let me know to update the score. But the Eels now third tackle, get this ball to the 25. All right, I'm going to go to more of the live chat. Olivia says, I'm glad there is now collective hate for the Telstra now. I do not like it. Bailey Lloyd says, I think if the Dolphins win today and the Eels don't win, I think when Lomax comes back, Eels will be a lot stronger. I think if the Dolphins win today and the Eels don't win, I think when Lomax comes back, Eels will be a lot stronger. I'm a bit confused by that. So that's going to be a big kick there from Moses inside the 40, but it goes straight back to Jack Bostock, who'll bring it back to the 15, to the 20, then to the 25. I don't really understand that comment. What does the Dolphins winning today and the Eels not winning have to do with Lomax coming back? Anyway, sure. Sure, Lomax coming back will be a lot stronger, but at the end of the day, he's a centre/winger, which isn't... to be fair, he is one of the hardest workers, but yeah, it's a bit of an interesting kind of way you've put that. Sapphire says, 2 nuclear weapon nations having to go at each other. Yeah, it's good fun. Daniel Bates says, I saw a gathering of Indian people celebrating a marriage near to where I used to live. These guys certainly know how to celebrate and dress to impress. Oh, yeah, they know how to celebrate, bro. Yeah, they do. They definitely do. So the Dolphins have made some type of 1 for no. They've made some good meters here, and it'll be fit tackle 25 meters out here from the Eels line. The Eels love to go some points, that's for sure. That's for sure. Sunday says Earth Hour. Not really. Not really. But the Eels will grab the ball at the 5. Good chase there from Hamiso, though. The Dolphins' first game. Is this the first time they've ever played at Combank? Surf Rider says, thoughts on news report that the GC Titans might use a clause in Hasler contract to fire him for not getting Titans in the 8. That is not what the article said. That is completely incorrect. The article was stating that there is a clause if he doesn't make the 8. That doesn't mean the Titans have to take it. It's nothing from the Titans' end. The Titans haven't made any acknowledgement of this whatsoever. Fit tackle at 35. If he doesn't make the 8, there is a clause that can make him can sack him, right? So it gives them the option to not pay him out for the rest of the time. Des Hasler is not under the microscope yet. It's not. Like, look, if we go down further, sure. But at the end of the day, we've still got... There's a lot more problems in this club than the coach. Let me put it that way. A lot more problems. Vic Patel says, I've put my bet on the Eels. Well, fair enough. Like, I'd say 60-40 Dolphins way, but I've gone with the Dolphins. Third tackle with the Dolphins at the halfway point. Then they get off here to Ray Stone or bring it to the 44. Obviously, Ray Stone was a part of that Eels team in 2023. Big Papa says, after the Raiders beat the Storm the way they did, have you changed your mind about Raiders win the comp? I don't think the Raiders win the comp, but I think they've been very, very good to start this season. Like, it's crazy how people are so desperate. Like, bro, if you believe the Raiders are going to win the comp, then you can celebrate and say the Raiders are going to win the comp. I don't make my mind up after 10 rounds. Sure, they've been very good, and they were really good against the Storm, and I said this in the stream, which you would have known about because you would have gone back to circle jerk the Raiders. But at the end of the day, like, I get you, Raiders fan, bro, but we're not going to sit here and just appease you by saying, okay, now the Raiders are going to win the comp. Sure, they might be a part of the conversation now, but at the end of the day, we are only 9 rounds in. Penalty to the Eels here. We are only 9 rounds in. And I've seen this from the Raiders before. I'm confident the Raiders are going to be a big-time team this year and be competitive, but I've still got teams above them. So I don't really understand kind of... And the reason why I respond to you like this is because you do this every single stream. And I tell you the same thing every single stream. We are 9 rounds into the season. I think that the Raiders will be competitive. I've told you this. And I think the Raiders will be good. I've told you this. Does that mean I think they win the comp? Not necessarily. But they are much better than a lot of other teams in the comp. Also, I was one of the very few people who actually tipped you to even be close to the 8. Most people put you bottom 4, whilst I put them in 9th, and I was happy to bump them up. I'm happy to bump them up into the top 4, to be fair. I am. I'm happy to bump them up into the top 4. But I was actually one of the only ones who were relatively hopeful. And if you go back to my postseason review, left-hand side for the Eels, I'll be taking another 15th, third tackle. You go back to my postseason review, I said the Raiders actually have a good team going forward, young-wise. I actually think they have a good team going forward. And the Eels, 5 metres out of the line, 4th tackle now. As he knocked the ball on, he has knocked the ball on, so it's going to be Dolphins ball here at the 10. Dolphins ball at the 10, Dylan Brown, fortunately, will knock the ball on. Unfortunately, will knock the ball on. What's happening here? I don't know. There's so many people getting timed out right now. I trust the mods. There's just so many. So many people timed out for the first stream of the weekend. Usually this is when everyone's firing up. What do you think about Des Hasler, Mitchell Vale Sport? Love him as a guy. I just stopped replying. I don't have time for that. W Spear says Dogs got something for the Raiders. Yeah, well, that'll be a good game. I'm looking forward to that. Dogs Raiders that'll be a really good game. That will be very interesting to see because the Raiders, they're only, what are they, 2 points below the Dogs? So it's going to be Dolphins ball coming up their own line. Raiders are 2 points below the Dogs. Their points differential is 34 different, plus 94 for the Dogs and plus 60 for the Raiders. But with that being said, like the Raiders have won, the Raiders have played 9 games. The Dogs have only played the 8. So it's like, well, you know, they've had the bye, the Dogs, in comparison as well, comparatively to the Raiders. So 4th tackle now for the Dolphins. They're going to pass this ball to the 45. They've got space out galore out here. Avarillo's away. Gives it underneath out to Isako. Pass the ball to Hamiso. What are you doing? He looked at him too. He saw him on his left. Why would Isako not pass that ball over the top here? And the Eels will get the ball. Isako just bombed a try, dude. Isako just bombed a try. He had Hamiso, one of the fastest players in the competition, just to his left. He passes that ball and they score. Yeah, exactly right, Sundo. Pass the ball, brother. Pass the ball, man. Pass the ball. So Eels now at the 25 on 3rd tackle. Which teams do you think are above them? Long term, still got the Storm. Long term, still got the Dogs because I've been able to see it across a couple of years now, comparatively to the Raiders who... this is a very different Raiders structure and very different Raiders team to how they have been of recent years. Why is he not passing the ball either? Is it illegal to pass the ball in this game here today? Kitiana Katonga had Addo-Carr to his left. It's not like Addo-Carr's a slow man. It's not a slow man. Hamiso brings his ball out into the 35 and his first tackle. So I've still got the Storm. I've still got the Dogs. If the Sharks click into gear, I tell you what, like they'll be up for it. They've been really disappointing so far this season. They've still got a very good balanced squad. So like there are still teams that I've got a bit more confidence in than the Raiders. The Raiders haven't proven anything yet. We're 9 rounds into the season, but they have had some good wins, and I'm really excited to see them progress. So is that good enough for you, man? Like, and I'll probably say this next week too, to be fair. And I said it last week to you. So like, fourth tackle in for the Dolphins. They'll give this ball to Herbie Farnworth, and Farnworth now will be taken down to the 20. Skuggle says he's hoping someone gives White Raymond the Tony Cat. Oh. Jeez, Dolphins on fifth tackle, up in the air. He's not even competing for the ball. At 6 again, it's going to be Eels bought the 15. He's not even competing for the ball there. He's not even competing for the ball. Blocked off the player, and it bounced off of his back. I don't understand why. That's not. I don't understand. But White Raymond, the Tony Carroll treatment's 90 misses a few weeks. Let's not encourage violence like that, man. That was brutal to watch that Tony Carroll needed the head back in the day. So 4 tackle for the Eels, and they'll be at the 38. We have to win by 18 to get into first. Sure, but it's not really the point of it. The point of what I was making is that even just winning puts you effectively above them because you have the bye. So fifth tackle here for the Eels at the 50. What's your opinion on the Panthers finals? Oh, a long way to go. I want to see them a lot more than just a couple of games. So that will go out to about the 15, but the Panthers could absolutely still make finals. If anyone gets into form, they can still make finals. I'm just saying that this start of the season is giving me 2019 vibes. I disagree. I'd say it's better than 2019 so far. But at the end of the day, you're a Raiders fan, so of course you're going to think that you're going to win the comp off after a good start of the season. But again, it's the start of the season. There's going to be a HIA coming up here for Will Penasini. Penasini comes off here for a HIA, meaning he won't come back until about 16 minutes to go here in the first half. When you're a fan of a team and they have a good couple of wins and they've been going well into the start of the season, every team fan base will think, okay, we are actually going to win the comp this year. And it's like, I encouraged you to have that opinion, and it's like I would have that opinion if the Titans did that for sure. But from a neutral's perspective, I'm not going to go balls to the wall for a team that isn't mine, but I am going to acknowledge that they've been fantastic. And as a person who tries to look at it from a neutral perspective, I'm not just going to tell you that I think the Raiders are going to win the comp just because it means that you're going to hit the like on the video. You know what I'm saying? So, look, I think the Raiders have been good, but long way to go in the season. Continue to do it. Continue to do it, because I've seen many teams go crazy in the first half and then fall off massively. So 4 tackle now for the Dolphins. They get off here to Felice Kafusi, and Felice Kafusi will be taken down to the 33. 5th tackle. 30 minutes to go the first half here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. 30 minutes to go here the first half. Jack Kirkland 2 says Warriors going to win the comp. Did this bloke just go into his... Jeez. Warriors... Okay. And that is a conversation for an entire second tackle here at the 15. Santa says expected this game to be a high scoring. I expect this game to have a good few points in them. Like, if you look at the the against for both these teams, the Dolphins have given up 212 points this year, which is the fifth worst defense, and the Eels obviously with the worst defense at 252. So you would expect this game to have some pretty significant scoring in it, especially considering that the Dolphins are a pretty good attacking team. They're very good, actually. They're like in the top 6 for attack, but they're just awful for defense. The Eels, yes, they're the worst team, second worst team for attack right now, just above the Knights, obviously. With that being said, though, that has been heavily relied upon Mitchell Moses in recent weeks. So that's going to be the Dolphins getting a penalty here at the 40 on their own side of the field. Chase, he's not very smart, but he can lift heavy things. Oh no, what has Skunkle said? Oh no, what has Skunkle said? That was me that timed you out, Emu King, for spelling Fafita wrong. Yeah, spelling Fafita, F-A-F-I-T-A, does grind Sam's gears. It does. It does grind Sam's gears. Deservedly so. Deservedly so. Don't understand why Fafita is such a common usage for David Fafita. So it's going to be the Dolphins now through Francis Molo at the 35, first tackle. This will be their first real solid, consistent attacking opportunity of the game. The 22 meters out, nearly got through. just got grabbed down late. They go out short side, nice work, but then they cut back to the left. Interesting choice there for Hamiso. And it's going to be 6 again here for the Dolphins. 10 metres out. All right, here's a brilliant attacking opportunity. Brilliant attacking opportunity now. Isakatoa fakes it left. Oh, too easy. I think this is a broken down play here from the Dolphins that actually ends up being a try here for Jack Bostock. So Bostock will score and it'll be 4-0 here with a kick to come. I genuinely think this is a completely broken down play that was not meant to go like this, because look at this. So it comes out the back, goes out to Isakatoa. He's looking for the inside run of Hamiso, doesn't get it off to him, then quickly passes it out to Nicarima, to Farnworth, and then out to Jack Bostock. So it works out. There's no complaints there. I just don't think that was the first intention. I don't think that was the first intention. This is definitely a top 7 team. Who's the top 17, Mitchell? Who's the top 17? The comp can really bite you on the posterior if you try to rest on your laurels and run off poor form. And a run of poor form can happen to many teams in it. Way too early to call anything definite yet. That's what I'm saying. That's why I keep re-emphasizing and reiterating that there are many teams right now that are doing well. You know, like for example, the Tigers are currently situated. Well, are they now? Yeah, the points differential of the Roosters wouldn't be good. Yeah, no. So because the Roosters now will jump up to 9th before this round started with the bye, but. Like, Tigers doing well. Do I think that goes long term? It'll be interesting. The Sharks aren't playing well. Am I thinking that's going to be long term? Not necessarily. Bulldogs, I'm pretty convinced they're a top 4 team. I don't think the Titans game was really one to kind of rely upon. And then obviously the game before that, they lost 34-0 in the first half to the Broncos. But overall, I still think based off the last 2 years, the Dogs are going to be there. But that's just kind of, I'll tell you what my thoughts are, but I'm not going to say, okay, the Rays are going to win because of the first 9 rounds. A long way to go. Broncos Sports with a $3.2 donation says Eels defend like it's optional. To be fair, in Parramatta it is optional. Has been for 39 years. Has been for 39 years. Emu King, is there like flirting going on here between Skunkle and him? What's going on? Skunkle said, yeah, bro, just chuck your addy in here. And then Emu's saying, he. Just, what's happening? Why don't you just punch on with each other or give each other a kiss? Let's go, but Tigers in the 8 is a facade. Mitchell is a Tigers fan saying that. He is a Tigers fan. I can't say that because then I get called what's it called? Tigers hater. Yes. Not allowed to analyse. Not allowed to have opinions on teams that aren't your own, apparently. No. First tackle leave at the 15 for the Dolphins. I don't think people realise in the sporting world in general how hard the NRL is. Or how hard any professional sport is, yeah? Like, obviously, when you're saying a player is shit, or you're saying a player isn't good, it's like they are very good. They're just not comparatively good to the best of the best, right? So even a player who's on a minimum contract with a team that never even plays and is a part of a development team or a Q Cup team kind of deal, that player is still 100 times better than anyone you probably know. So... yeah, there's a misconception about that. And that's why there are massive results, massive underdog results. Also, fun fact for you, every single Thursday night game this year, the underdog has won. So who was the underdog for this game? Was it the Eels? Was the Eels the underdog? All right, so second tackle here for the Eels, and they are 30 metres out now, third tackle from their own line. They're not making a great deal of metres here, the Eels, to be fair. Gavin says, g'day, Blaze from Huahin. Gavin, I'll be in your area on Tuesday. I'll be there on Tuesday, son. Looking forward to it. I'm so looking forward to Thai food, man. Indian food's great. I'm obsessed with Indian food. Don't get me wrong. I love it. So heavy. So heavy all the time. Lots of bread, lots of curries, lots of it's heavy. Thailand, obviously, a little bit different. A lot more lighter, a lot more healthier. It's going to be a good experience, man. So, and also, it's probably a good time to get out of this country for a little bit. Probably a good time. As you would know, especially considering the Asian countries are all talking about it. So second tackle now at the 30 for the Dolphins. Casey says, from the wise words as the worst NBA player statistically, I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me. From the wise words as the worst NBA player statistically, I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me. I agree. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Fourth tackle now, and I'll get this ball out to the left-hand side. Nick Rima back underneath, and it'll be fifth tackle at the 40 on the Eels side of the field. But that comment is absolutely spot on. Are the Eels a favourite, Sundo? Well, I tip the Dolphins as the underdogs. Well, how are the Eels favourites? That's a knock-on from the Dolphins to the 15, so it'll be Eels ball at the 15. How are the Eels favourites for this game, though? What has been with the betting agencies and betting odds this year? Like, the Dolphins recently still have had much better form. Like, yeah, sure, they've lost 2 games, like their last 2 games. But that doesn't take away from their massive stretch after their own 4 start of the season, when they went and just started killing teams and people were starting to think they're a top 8 team again. The Eels, no one has said at any point of the season that the Eels are a top 8 team. And they come into this game off of another loss. Like, I just don't understand how the agencies have given the Eels the favouritism here. That's good value on the Dolphins, man. Thai food's so good eating some tonight, Brent says. Oh, here we go. The Eels are, just Adokar grabs it, but he does have to grab it from behind, so it slows him down quite significantly. Fifth tackle here at the 45, and they'll pass it to Dylan Brown, who'll get it across to Junior Bolo. Out of the back here to Mitchell Moses. Moses with a good run, then pass it off. There's nothing happening here for the Eels. There's just nothing happening. Oh, so this is fifth tackle, sorry. 29 metres out. I thought that was fifth tackle then. Out to Mitchell Moses, has to fake. He steps inside, gives it off to Riley Smith. That's going to go 7 tackle set for sure. 7 tackle set for sure. Oh! Yeah, that's going to be a dropout. They actually bounced up right at the dead ball line. To be fair, yeah, well, you are playing it by shadowing it. It's like he's complaining that he touched it late. You are still shadowing the ball, which is playing at it effectively. Jason's Operation Tandoori is coming to an end. Next up, Bun My Heaven. Well, I'm on a complete fitness plan, fitness retreat with all food and stuff included. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be so good. So good. You can get fit. Bally's is bad because it's a home game. How many home teams have won recently? I wouldn't say that it's been a dramatic... Like, I think that this home team thing is only relevant when it's teams like the Melbourne Storm. Because I don't think that every club thinks they have like a menacing kind of, we're going to go to this place and it's going to be really tough away from home. It isn't necessarily like that. Like, it's still effectively a footy field with people, jumping up and supporting from wherever it is. First tackle here for the Eels at the 30. It's not as strong, but I think Melbourne Storm it is because they've built a menacing attitude there. I think the Warriors it is, but they don't necessarily get the results over the last, 15, 20 odd year. That's forward pass. I'll be Dolphins ball at 30. That will be a Dolphins ball at 30. So a lot of mistakes in this game. Early doors already, 18 minutes in. Still 6-0 Dolphins. I think if you're looking, like, Seabus isn't going to terrify you. Suncorp, maybe. I don't think it has the same threatening vibe that it once did. North Queensland, I wouldn't say it's too crazy, but it's probably higher than a couple of other teams. I'd still say Broncos is the next tier down. Warriors should be tough. Like, it should be really tough. But it's not as guaranteed. Like, it's not as guaranteed, right? What's the love hearts going on in the chat right now? Bertram. Get out of here, Bert. He's just been timed out. Please don't spam, Bert. Please don't spam, but I love you, brother. So, third tackle now at the right-hand side. They give it up here to Sakatoa underneath. We'll see him fight. That's going to be so funny. Jay, so he's one of the guys that... is in my friend group right now. He's one of my friends here in Udaipur. But yeah, he just didn't know not to spam. So fifth tackle here for the Dolphins at the 25. 20 minutes to go the first half here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. They give it off here to Sakatoa. He puts this ball up into the air, and that's going to be taken by the Eels. Good catch. Real good catch there at 4. Real good catch there. Dale Bay says, we never knock on, drop the ball on, miss a tackle. Never. No. No. Well, he now knows we don't spam. Yeah, well, Bert, you do know now that we don't spam here. If we spam, then you get timed out for 5 minutes. But I think they have rescinded yours to a 10-second. So penalty coming up here for the Parramatta over the Squeals, the Parramatta Eels. What is the penalty for here? Is it for the elbow lay down? Oh, tackle after a tackle held. Okay, sure. Travis says Titans for sure this time. Sure. We'll go with that one. G'day, Sundo. Once enough. Oh, yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about. Today we should be a worldwide holiday. The Celtics lost 2 games in a row. Yeah, I saw that just before I got on here. I saw the Celtics and Knicks results just before I got on for this stream. Second tackle now at the 40. We'll go up to Mitchell Moses, then off to Charlie Guymer at the 50. We are faultless from the stands, aren't we? Yeah, well, people can still have an opinion. Like, you're still entitled to an opinion, regardless if you're in the stands or playing the field. They give up to Adokar, cuts away, Adokar away at the 30, the 25, the 20. Oh, it's going to be Trot's over the air. Oh! You're joking, Parramatta. You are kidding me, Parramatta. Oh, no way have they just done what I've just witnessed. No way has Parramatta just done what I've just witnessed. What the hell? You just had it. Oh, no way. No way. How? They need the Dragons. Maybe not to the extent of the absolute dribble squad the Dragons did last week with Jaden Sewer, but still. Should be a day of mourning for Arsenal fans. Jay says, you got your phone and chargers plugged in case of power outage? Yeah, bro. Yeah, I've got everything charged. Everything charged, yep. Charged up, ready to rock and roll. Fit tackle for Nicarima. He'll be taken down to the 45 on the Dolphins side of the field. And now Isaiah Katoa is going to kick this ball down into the corner where it will be Josh Adokar who grabs it at the 5 and brings it out here to the 10 with 18 minutes to go the first half. So Penasini has passed his HIA, so he'll be back in 2 minutes' time. That's the Eels for you, Mitchell says. That is the Eels for you. That is the reason why they are currently in the 17th of the 17 teams position. Still don't understand how the Eels were favourites. If they win this game, I would have considered it like... I probably would have put the Eels at that value that you're telling me the Dolphins were. So Fry says, I hope Trent and Stefano have their hearing back for the Tigers game after Bellamy tore into them. Is the Storm Tigers this round? I haven't even looked at the draw this week. I know the Titans and Knights and Rabbitohs Broncos tomorrow. Penalty to the Eels just inside their own half. That's huge on 4 tackle. So, yeah, Storm Tigers at Amy Park on Sunday. Oh, I'll be in Thailand for that one. So that'll be at 4 p.m. for me. Be a good time. Look, I think that the Storm understand that they are nowhere near the pace that they would be expecting to go. They have been very similar in the Sharks in a way where they've got a great team. Everyone had them as the preseason favourites, but they just haven't been able to turn up just yet. You know, they've been able to get some results for sure, and they've whooped the Wars, but is that just a bogey kind of thing at the moment? All right, so second tackle here for the Eels at the 25. Kobe says, hey, BK Sport, he lost the ball, bro. Yeah. 5 minutes ago he lost the ball. Sure. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for the update, though, Kobe. I appreciate that. So the Eels have given the ball to the Dolphins here, and the Hamiso Tabuai-Whare will go out to the right-hand side. Now he's at the 30 on third tackle. Now 35. 16 minutes to go in the first half. Just to let you know, Kobe live streaming, you do realise I am watching the game, right? Do you think... Well, what do you think I'm doing? You think I'm playing FIFA? We think we're playing FIFA? Kobe shrooms are kicked in. You think we're playing FIFA, Kobe? I'm not playing FIFA. We're not playing as Arsenal, trying to get back on Paris Saint-Germain after yesterday. Yeah, Jack Bostock did score a try, Skunkle. Was about 15 minutes ago now, but you are right. You are very right. That is spot on, actually. So now out to Josh Adokar, and he'll get this ball here to the 15, second tackle. So, Kobe, I'm not sure if you know this, but Ben Hunt also dropped the ball. Just a little bit, not too long ago, 2015. Are you watching? So, third tackle now at the 25. They give it to the right-hand side, and the Eels will be taken down at the 35 through Dylan Walker. No, he gets the ball away, and that's a forward pass. That's a forward pass. Wow, that should have been classed as 4, but they did not. They did not. Either way, though, to go back onto that previous comment about the Storm are still going to be good long term. You'd hope so. I still just don't know who wins the comp this year. There's just no team that's clearing out long term guaranteed confidence. And Hamiso Tabuai-Whare will grab the ball at the 15, and it's going to be a penalty to the Dolphins. Penalty to the Dolphins here. Penalty to the Dolphins. It's going to be Kitioni Katonga gives it away. Mitchell says, oh, no! He's changed it to the Eels. What? Is there an escort, maybe? Yeah, there is an escort out to the left. That's rough because the Dolphins just received a penalty. I don't know what the Dolphins received a penalty for, but then he's changed it to the Eels. The Eels are going to get a penalty at the 18. Skuggle says, fun fact for you as well, Kobe. Eels signed Dylan Walker. No. No. Do the Warriors fans know about this? The Warriors fans know about this? I don't believe it. First tackle over the Eels, 8 metres away here from the line. They roll it back here for Riley Smith, who will give it out to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown at the 15 to Mitchell Moses. Moses now fakes it out, goes to Isaiah Yongi, who'll be at the 10, second tackle. Storm need to lose a few more to learn what they need to learn. That is an absolutely horrific comment. Junior Bolo out to the left to Dylan Walker. If that was the case, then the Titans should be the greatest team of all time. Third tackle here at the 15 for the Eels. They'll give it up to Riley Smith to Junior Bowler. He'll run this ball to the 10. They've not really done much at all with this set. But that's a good run even. Bowler. He's still pushing post-contact. Gets all the way to the 2 on 4th tackle. Riley Smith out to Mitchell Moses. Moses, Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown to Isaiah Yongi. And he'll get crunched out at the 15 on 5th tackle. Crunched down. Now Riley Smith. Mitchell Moses needs to put a good kick up in the air. It's not good. Not a good kick at all. The chase wasn't great, and he's going to be taken back in the in goal. That kind of looks weird. I thought he caught that in goal, but apparently not. Apparently not. Daniel Bates says, good to see no more poor ref calls and reckless shoulder charges yet. Yet is the key word there. Keep up the good work out on that pitch this weekend, please. Let's have a tough but cleanish round. Was that written by AI, Daniel Bates? Did you get ChatGPT to write that comment for you? Bring some Biff Shaw, but no silly stuff. Appreciate it. What is this ChatGPT going on here? You doing some ChatGPT over there, mate? And that's going to be a fantastic... Well, I think that's a penalty / knock on. This is... I don't even know why we're looking at this. This is going to be a try to the Eels, but it's not a try to the Eels. It's... Firstly, the guy's in front of him, so it's... Unless the Dolphins have guaranteed knocked this back, this is a penalty because he's offside. Like, he's just straight up offside. But I'm pretty certain he also knocks the ball on. Doesn't it just come off his hand? And... yeah, it's off the head. It's actually off the head. So it's actually a knock on here from the Dolphins first, maybe. But it's not going to be a try because he is offside. Bostock touches the ball, but it's going to be... He's offside. It is a Falcon, though. Lots of times the Eels better win. Well, good luck. Yeah, first touch is from Bostock. Well, it's definitely a knock-on from Bostock. What do you mean you have to look and see what direction the ball goes? Regardless of what happens here, it's not going to be a try, but it will be Eels ball at the 15 because the knock-on happens before the offside. Why are we still looking at this? Yep, no shit, Sherlock. Yep. First breach is the knock-on. W. Spears says you're not watching Survivor? Survivor? I haven't watched that for years. Survivor? I haven't watched that since... Shit, like 15 years ago. That's a... Like, I know that's still going, and I know that's really popular and whatnot, but... Super random comment. Super random comment, my friend. Alright, so it's going to be Eels ball here at the 15. They get quite lucky for the knock-on, because otherwise it would have been a penalty to the Dolphins. So, Eels ball here. Chance to score again. Skunk says, you're not watching Backyard Blitz. No, I'm not watching Backyard Blitz, Skunkle. Not watching Backyard Blitz, but I am watching Teletubbies. That is what I'm watching. So, Dylan Brown here. He'll be 9 metres away from the line. First tackle. Bit of Margot Robbie on Neighbours. Now we're talking. Margot Robbie. And what, Liam Hemsworth? Tearing me. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Dylan Brown, Mitchell Moses, 10 metres out. Isaiah Yongi, that's it out wing. Try time! Force him. Put him out the squeals. 460 with the kick to come. Bailey Simonson will score. Get some Burke's backyard up here. Get some Bailey Simonson up here. And some Burke's backyard up here. Try top of the Eels. And it's going to be a difficult kick here for Moses from the right-hand side, but he's a good kicker. Gladiators was good in the 90s. I remember watching that with my mum when I was like 5 years old. And it was like super early in the morning for us. I swear it was on free-to-wear at like... Because it was only free-to-wear back then. I swear it was on free-to-wear at like 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. It was still dark when Gladiators was on for us. Still dark. And I was so young. But because I was so young, we'd always wake up super early. But Bailey Simonson is the one to score, and they will be very grateful that the knock-on came. Kiwi says this has got Golden Point written all over it. I could see a world with that for sure. I still think the Dolphins should have been favourites, but like at the end of the day, it's going to be a close game. It is a difficult game to read. Xena the Princess Warrior. That was a little bit before my time, but with that being said, did have that on... What was it on again? Was it on 10? I think it was on Channel 10, wasn't it? I think it was Channel... Xena was hot, Jay says. To be fair, she was very attractive. And Moses will just miss the kick, so it will stay 4 points to the Parramatta Squeals, 6 points to the Dolphins. 10 minutes to go in the first half here, guys. Hit that like button. Smash some subscribe button. Smack it. Daniel Bay says, does anyone in Australia ever watch Neighbours, Home and Away, or Prisoner in Cell Block H? Don't know about Prisoner in Cell Block, whatever. But I just mentioned Neighbours, Daniel Bay. You didn't hear me say Neighbours with Margot Robbie? But Margot Robbie action, you're never going to complain. You're never going to complain with a bit of Margot Robbie action. And I think Liam Hemsworth was on it too. But I never was... There's a big mix. I don't know where... Actually, jump in the chat, guys. When you were younger, did you watch Home and Away or did you watch Neighbours? Because it was kind of usually like you'd watch one or the other, and then sometimes you'd kind of tune into the other. But mainly you just watch one. My family was Neighbours. So second tackle for the Eels at the 15. That's going to be a penalty to the Eels. They're starting to get a little bit of momentum in this game. A little bit of momentum. Oh, was Moses not kicking there? I didn't even notice that wasn't him kicking, Sunder. Kiwi said that's a shout, Jay. She was. Mate, she was bloody on fire. She's on fire. She still is for her age. Google her IPL. What's her name, Chavsy? What was the actress's name who played Xena the Warrior Princess? So, Eels now will be taken down at the 48 or so on their own side of the field. Riley Smith faked it to go left. I don't know why he didn't actually go out left, because they were setting up. No, he didn't watch either of them. Well, Bailey Lloyd, you didn't grow up in Australia then. You're not Australian. How un-Australian of you to not have watched Burke's Backyard Blitz, Neighbours / Home and Away. It's as simple as that. You're not Australian. Prisoner Cell Block H was brutal, to be honest. That sounds like a show that was made like the 80s. It was before my time. But Jay was about 80 at the time the 80s happened. So 4 tackle for the Eels. They're 15 metres away. Moses up the bowler. Out to short ball to Walker. And then they'll be taken down at the 10. 5th tackle here for the Eels. Riley Smith. He goes out to the right. Mitchell Moses. Big pass across. Oh, they've lost the ball. He's dropped his lollies, and now it's pinball. Now it's pinball left, right, and centre. And it will be a knock-on from the Eels. So Dolphins ball to 10. Daniel Bay says, that's right, my family was Home and Away. Jared Farmoni, we've got a rivalry here, buddy. Olivia says, we watched America's Funniest Home Videos. Did watch that, but that was on a different time. That was on Saturdays. Come on, Olivia. Come on, Olivia. You got to click on here. You got to start clicking on here, Olivia. Come on. America's Funniest Home Videos was on Saturdays at like 5 or 6 p.m. Neighbours Home Way was like Monday to Friday at, 6:30, 7 or whatever it was? Mitchell says, I live 10 minutes away from the beach where they filmed Home and Away, so I was forced to watch Home and Away. Oh, Dolphins get the ball here at the 40. A lot of people claimed forward there. So I was forced to watch Home and Away. If it was up to me, I wouldn't have. Hold on. Forced to watch Home and Away. What a torturous experience. First world problems. So the Eels will bring this ball through Josh Adokar out to about 15 metres out now. First tackle, 8 minutes to go in the first half. Sunder says 6 p.m. Simpsons was goated, making it home just in time for the couch gag. Yeah, but were you ever at home when you would have a sick day from school? It'd be like 1:30 or 2 p.m. and they'd chuck on a bit of like your mum would chuck on, what is it, Bold and the Beautiful or some shit. Out of the right hand side, Eels get the ball to the 45 through Will Sandy. Really good run there. He just pushed past Bostock, but Bostock finally got him down. And now they'll be at the 35, 4 tackle. But yeah, it was like 2. Ready, steady, cook. That's one. Eels, Attica back onto the outside. He'll be taken down 11 metres out from the line. 5th tackle. They've got some massive momentum coming towards the back end of this first half. Katonga to Dylan Brown. Brown kicks it across here with one of the worst kicks you will ever see. That was dribble. That was an awful kick from Dylan Brown. It gives a 7 tackle set away here for the Dolphins. But now, White Raymond is actually going to get a captain's challenge up here. Mitchell believes he's been escorted. Well, you were the one who paid for it, bud. Did anyone watch Cheese TV in the morning before school? Did watch that. A little bit of Dragon Ball Z. Mate. kicked through. And I don't think you're going to be able to... No, shut up, Mitchell Moses. Stop it. Lose the challenge. Make it unsuccessful. Make it unsuccessful. Make it unsuccessful. Make it unsuccessful. Ah, he hasn't even tripped over him, the cat. You're a cat, Mitchell Moses. That is dribble, Mitchell Moses. That is dribble. That is absolute... Send him to the bin. Send him off. Ban him. Ban this man from the game. Ban him from the game. He's not even tripped over him. Look at him. He hasn't even touched him. You're a cat. You are a cat, Mitchell Moses. He has not even touched him, and he's fallen to ground like he's just been shot. Deary me. Send him to Bali. You are full of shit, Mitchell Moses. You are full of shit. What an unbelievable. That is unbelievable. You should be able to bin someone for diving as poorly as that. That is absolute dribble. So third tackle here at the 45. Oh, Moses, he's going to get memed galore because of that. Memed galore. I had a black and white TV for a while, Sam. Jay, you created black and white TVs. Dolphins now nearly taking on the sideline. Fourth tackle at the 30. I wouldn't say it's the greatest quality game by any means, like in regards to like the Storm versus Raiders game last week, but like it's an entertaining game for all the wrong reasons. So I'll give it off to Isaiah Katoa. End of the air, not the greatest of kicks, but it puts it into an area. Dolphins the ball. This might work out. Kicks it through, and it will be Eels ball the one that was actually all over the place. Livy says milky, milky, very big milky, milky. Jared Fat Money says, loved watching Adult Swim on school holidays late at night with the Teen Hunger Force. Loved watching Adult Swim on school holidays late at night. Adult Swim? Why does this sound like a bit of a porno, mate? What's Adult Swim? So the Eels at the 23rd tackle, now to the 25. They're not making many meters at all. Fourth tackle. We're not playing soccer, lads. We're not playing football over here. No, the Arsenal Paris Saint-Germain game was last night. By the way, that Inter-Barca game, both of those games were just wild. In football, that is a yellow card for simulation. I agree, Sunder. Skunkle says LeBron Moses. Anthony Edwards Moses. It's the network that made Rick and Morty. What's happening there? Oh, Big Brother, Brenton. They were the days. Big Brother, everyone got into that. Like, they were, like, very small-time celebrities at one stage when it was originally. Like, Anne Marie and whatnot in the originals. Then you also... Isn't there a real big... Fitzy or something? He's a huge commentary or whatever for radio hosts and whatnot. He built himself through that. Big Brother back in the day. The Friday night games, that was awesome. Fourth tackle now for the Dolphins. And they're inside the attacking half, and they're 35 metres away from the Eels line. 4 minutes 52 to go here the first half. Brendan Westling says, Eels fans will blow up at that, but let's be completely honest. Moses was never ever getting to the contest. Good call, Bunker. Brendan, can I just clarify here? Are you telling me that Eels fans would blow up at that because they think that Moses was tripped up? Brendan Westling, I need you to confirm and clarify and really get to the nitty-gritty of what you're saying here. Do you think that Mitchell Moses was contacted in the slightest? He wasn't even touched. He dived. What? Of course it's a good call, Bunker. It wasn't even close, my guy. Okay, and then we've got Slapper who drops a comment saying, remember the Big Brother turkey slap. For gosh sake. Oh no. Wasn't it like Dino or something? Well, I think his name was, there was two. It was like Dino or whatever. They were wild times, man, because that was before social media, so they were really, really wild. When that was going off was still the MySpace days. Anyway, so who's the next coach to get the boot in the NRL, you reckon? Everyone's going to say Des. They're wrong. I don't actually know. Adam O'Brien's a good shout. Cool, they won last week, but Adam O'Brien should have been sacked years ago, but they extended him. So fourth tackle now is Isaiah Katoa. Gives it to Finifiwiaki, 30 metres away from the line. Fifth tackle. Skunk says, football, business and sex, AJ. Don't know what that comment's about. And Dolphins kick it up. Good take there by the Eels. His eye Young get to 10. He's been really safe under the high ball today. Sano says Friday night games was so good. It was goated, man. It was so good. Friday night games was the one you really looked forward to every week. And then wasn't there the Big Brother Uncut, that's the one. You felt, as a young lad, like a young bloke, you felt like a rebel watching it. You felt like a rebel. I'm just trying to figure out if Brendan Westling still thinks that was even remotely close to being, like if it was, saying good call bunker as if like it wasn't the most obvious dive that we've ever seen. Fifth tackle here at the 50 with 2.5 minutes to go the first half. Riley Smith to Moses, puts it up. And Hamiso taken down to the 20. Yeah, that's always what he does, Conqueror. I truly believe that Slapper does watch these streams throughout, but will just choose to drop in the most random, hilarious, and downright dangerous comment whenever he just feels like it. I know that's what Slapper does. You just know it. Australian Survivor is better than Big Brother. You could have watched. Oh, you couldn't watch both back in the day. But also, still two very completely different shows. Nicaragua's away. Nicaragua's at the 40, the 35, the 30. Dangerous pass, but it'll be fit tackle at the 30. Vine. Nah. Never got into Vine. Better Homes and Gardens Friday night. Not for me, mate. Not for me. Also, not a good kick there from the Dolphins. Eels 7 tackle set here at the 20. This quality of this game is absolutely bottom 4, but that's bringing the entertainment for it. That's what's making it entertaining, because there has been some really poor play. Friday Night 40 Channel 9 intro back in the day slaps. Jack says, Blaze, you doing Supercoach this year? No, I'm too busy, man. I'm traveling all throughout India. I'm about to do a 2-month fitness retreat in Thailand. I'm a bit too busy, man. Skinner Media says, Kamsat Chimaev would do okay in 40 tackling wise. Oh yeah, let's see. Let's see if we could go for 80 minutes. 80 minutes. It's a little bit different in regard. Oh! Jeez, that's a high tackle. Firstly, I'd take the 2 if I'm the Eels, but also, secondly, that was a dramatic hit. Jay, you should ring Andrew and get a halftime ground update. I'm gonna pass. He might get bendy. He might get bendy unless it bounces up. No, he's not gonna get bent. No, it bounces up the ball and up. But it was just a real heavy hit. But he shouldn't get bent. He would have got bent a couple of weeks ago, but he won't get bent now. Hamish and Andy Travels, anyone? Yeah, that was good. No, what was the one? Monday Night Rove. That was the shit. Monday Night Rove. Rove Live. Oh my gosh, that was the day. Man, you'd watch Big Brother straight into Monday Night Rove. Why is there a camera behind you? There's a light that has no lamp in it. There's no lamp. I just realised the quality of this camera makes me look like I'm kind of a bit of I'm grey. Makes it look like I'm grey. So the Eels are taking the penalty, by the way. The Eels are taking the penalty. Let's see if I can. That's a bit better. That lighting's a bit better. I don't know who watches TV nowadays, Slapper. I don't even know who watches TV. That's definitely a camera. Yeah, well, they're in for a show, aren't they? They're in for a show. At least they can watch the game for free. So that'll be a kick from the halfway point, and they will get it. So it will be tied up at 6 apiece at halftime, and it deserves it because it has been a dribble fest. This has been a dribble fest so far, but entertaining nonetheless. 6-6 at halftime. Let's absolutely punch through. Let's punch through some of these stats here. Obviously, guys, hit that like button and subscribe if you don't do that. Unfortunately, your mother doesn't love you. But also, secondly, your team is going to lose every single game for the rest of this season. I'm putting the mocker and the curse on you. So hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and you better go and watch that travel video afterwards of me trying Hong Kong dumplings for the first time. But all right, the Eels, 6-6 with the Dolphins. Possession-wise, 54% of the Eels, 46% of the Dolphins, with the time in possession of 16 minutes 10 for the Eels and 13:39 for the Dolphins. So realistically, based on that stat, you would have expected the Eels to be up, but they only just tied it up themselves at halftime. Completion rate 80% here for the Eels, 21 from 26, which is decent. You know, it's good. I wouldn't say it's really. you're happy with it. You're happy with it. 80% is where you want to be looking at. 94% for the Dolphins is unbelievable. 18 from 19. They've made one mistake throughout this game and an uncompleted set. That is a really, really good stat there of 94%. The Eels, 101 runs to 858 run meters. The Dolphins, 82 runs to 809 run meters. So that right there tells me, and I've got to clarify every time, these stats will update throughout. These up at halftime and whatnot, so they may change slightly, but just have to take it as a guide. 83 for 818 compared to 101 to 858 means that the Dolphins are running amok in the middle because they're only down by about 40 run meters through 17 less runs. 17 less runs, they're only down. Sorry, there's 17 less runs. They're now only down by 30 run meters. So the Dolphins are actually killing them in that department. Post-contact meters, through 17 less runs, the Dolphins are 294 post-contact meters. The Eels are 258. The Dolphins are running a muck in the middle of the field. They're just not scoring, which is coming down to the halves. It's coming down to the spine. It's coming down to the halves because the forwards are actually doing their job here today. The backs are actually doing their job in regards to helping out those forwards get up the end. They're also putting themselves in okay areas, but the kicking game has not been great, and there has been a few errors. There has been a few mistakes, but their meter gains for run meters and also post-contact has been phenomenal. Line breaks, 3 for the Dolphins, 2 for the Eels. Tackle breaks is 15 for the Dolphins, 12 for the Eels. Average set distance, this is what I'm talking about. 33.26 here for the Eels. 35 is the bare minimum. They're under that. That's dreadful. 35 to 40 is what you would expect. 40 to 45 is great. Good. 45 to 50 is great. 50 plus is absolutely spectacular. They're at 33.74. That's not good enough. And then the Dolphins, they're at 46.41. So they're in the great category for the amount of meters. Their forwards are doing the job. The Dolphins forward are getting them into the area they need. They're finding space and they're finding good post contact and they're getting good meters. And this is with the 17 less runs that I was talking to you about. So the Dolphins are destroying in the middle of the park, but the Eels still find a way to make it 6-6 and they've had more possession. You've got the average play the ball speed of 3.23 seconds for the Dolphins, which is really fast. That is really speedy. 3.36 is decently fast. Nothing spectacular, but it's decently fast. But the Dolphins are going at a really quick pace there. 3 offloads to 1 Eels way. The dummy passes from the Eels is just enormous at 22 to 9. 73% kick defusal for the Eels, 100% for the Dolphins is nice. And then you've got effective tackle percentage here. Both very, very good. 91.37% here for the Eels and 91.91% for the Dolphins. Tackles made is 180 for the Eels with 15 missed tackles and 2 ineffective. And then for the Dolphins, it's 216 tackles made with 12 missed tackles and 7 ineffective. So the Dolphins are missing less tackles, but they're obviously made more tackles. However, their ineffective tackles is what costing them in regards to the effective tackle percentage. Whilst the Eels, they haven't really got many ineffective tackles at all. But the missed tackles is getting up there at 15. That's not outrageous. 15 is not outrageous by any means. Like the Titans this year have had many games where they've been plus 30 missed tackles in the first half, or just a half in general. But with that being said, like it's not ideal to have 15 to 12 in regards to missed tackles. So, but both those effective tackle percentages are actually really good. Anything above 88 is where you want to be. Anything above 90 is very, very good. And then errors-wise, 5 errors for the Eels, only the 1 for the Dolphins. That's why they've got that 94% completion rate. Penalties conceded, though, is the complete opposite. 6 Dolphins penalties, 1 to the Eels, and then ruck infringements is 1 apiece. So, that means that the Dolphins are super ill-disciplined, but the Eels are just bloody shocking because they're making all the errors, but they're making all the ill-disciplined penalties. This game can go either way from here. There is no clearing out defined leader. Sorry, I need to clarify. The Dolphins have a 100% completion rate. They just updated it. They have a 100% completion rate, the Dolphins. That's insane. Through the first half, they've got a 100% completion rate. They just updated that. Wow. Congratulations, Dolphins. But you're also 6-6. So yeah, this game will go either way second half, guys. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. It could go either way in the second half, and hopefully it turns out to be a good one. But the quality has been a little bit lacking, but the entertainment value was there. Buck says, best show was Euro Trash on Foxtel. No, Dating in the Dark and what's the other one? Dating in the Dark was funny. There was also that one where they would, it was like Dating the Mother. Like you would date the mother of the girl or date the mother of the guy, and it would be like blind dating the blind dating the person that you're going to go on a date with, but you're blind dating with the mother, and you choose which mother you think has the best daughter, kind of deal, because obviously you see through the mother. That was a funny show. That was a funny show. Blaze has been impersonating an idiot abroad for the last few months. Skunkle, you are not impersonating an idiot abroad. You are an idiot. You're not abroad. Actually, no, you are, because you're a Kiwi in Australia, so you are an idiot abroad, Skunkle. Yeah, well done. Thank you for encouraging that. Santa says, Moses not kicking. This guy might miss. No, we got it. No, we got it. TV is shit now. Everyone just watches Netflix and stuff. I don't think necessarily is that TV is shit. It's just that you've got the opportunity to watch whatever you want now. So it's like TV back in the day, you had to watch what they're putting on. TV gets now as well, unless you got Foxtel. You have to watch what they're putting on. But Netflix, you can watch whatever you want. YouTube, you can watch whatever you want. There's just so much opportunity to explore everything. Got my ticket on Tuesday for tomorrow's game. Hope you lose, Brenton. Hope you lose. Sunday says it's structured and you know what you are going to get at certain times. Yep. Bailey says you can basically find whatever you want to watch on a streaming service nowadays. Of course, you can find anything online. Anything. What made you want to travel around the country? I want to do it. I just have to save money. Well, I'm not traveling around the country. I'm in India. I'm in India. And I'll be in Thailand on Sunday. But because the world is there to be explored, and I get to meet some incredible people, and I get to have some fantastic experiences. I get to swim in unbelievable lakes that are super private, which, honestly, I can't wait to put those kind of vlogs out on BKRtravel. You get to eat awesome food. Like I said, the company, like after this, I'm going out for dinner with a bunch of friends and whatnot that I've been around for a couple of weeks. It enlightens you to everything that the world has to offer, rather than sitting at home and focusing all your attention on something that you can't control in regards to sport and whatnot. So it does. Not everybody can do it. I understand that. Not everybody can do it, but luckily I have been blessed with the opportunity to do it, and I'm having a great time. Seb Watson says, God, that was some boring half one out carries and a bomb from halfway. Yeah, it was entertaining for all the wrong reasons, but it was not good quality. Regarding Hamzat, or whatever his name is. Oh, there you go. Skidamy said, yep, Skidamy, F6 says, should be closer to 10 errors than the amount of missed forward passes. There has been a lot of missed forward passes. Absolutely. Dasmate says, kill me, the Bears are back, and I've just seen that big nose prick on my screen, reason why I switched to Optus. Oh, the Telstra ad. The old Telstra ad. So I'm just trying to grab something here. You got it. Got it. Just checking over here. Please use every willpower you can to manifest a Titans win tomorrow, because I might go clinically ill if they don't win and the Celtics losing 2-0. Okay. Sure. There you go. Fair enough. Thank you for your Instagram message, whoever that was. Imi King says, don't want to trash the ref, but some calls him a bit how you going. He's got a job to do, I guess. No, referees don't have a job to do. Well, to be fair, they do a good job at not doing a good job. That's their job. There has been a lot of missed forward passes. There has been a lot of missed calls here, but it's against both teams. It's not the greatest quality game on any regards. What ads do you have in India? I watch it on watchnrl.com, which gives me Australian ads. So I see the stupid Telstra ad. I see two guys right now eating. I've got a Sportsbet ad here now. Like, I watch on Watch NRL, which is a paid service. It's $40 a month overseas, which is obviously quite expensive. They've got the Telstra ad on. No. I'm getting a bottle of water. I'm going to get a bottle of water here, guys. Give me 2 seconds. I'm not listening to this stupid. No. Thumbs up, subscribe. I'm back in a second. Unbelievable. I hate you, Telstra. I hate you, Telstra. Son of a bitch. I just want to say, when I come back to Australia one day, don't know when I will, but one day when I do come back, to Australia, I'm not getting Telstra. I'm not getting Telstra. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm never getting Telstra again. Yeah, it sucks. I'm sick of it. Emu King says Telstra W. Yeah, Telstra, no W. Emu King, W for wanker. Travis says I missed study of you kicking off tonight, so Bears confirmed. Yeah, hate the Bears. No, he's actually got a noise complaint. No, I don't. No, these guys are all good. It's like, honestly, because I've been here for so long in this place that I'm in, like, because I've been here for as long as I have, like, we're all, like, good friends, man. Like, we're all, like, good mates. It genuinely is like family, but I do have to leave tomorrow. So the Dolphins are coming out onto the field, because I'm going to be fit as hell in the next 2 months. Woo! 3 fitness classes a day, all beautiful, traditional Thai food included. Got protein shakes, we've got the beach, we've got the accommodation, we've got the fun times in Thailand. How good? How good's that going to be? Is Telstra that bad in its services? I'm not complaining about their services, Jared. I'm not complaining about Telstra services. I'm complaining about their advertisement. I'm complaining about their stupid whistling advertisement that we see 150 times. And Jay is right. No such thing in India as a noise complaint. You are correct, man. You are correct. Learn how to say bun mai before you go. Why don't I just wait until I'm there to learn the language? Well, but that. How about that? How about I wait to go there? There's also that option, Mr. Hayes. You know, like going to the country and learning it when you're there rather than learning it whilst I'm in India. I may as well learn how to say namaste first. You know? You might see Mitchell Moses at Thailand as well. I'm not sure what that joke means, but I bet you there's a secret connotation to that. Bun mai, pronounced bun me. No, I didn't read that. I'm waiting until I go to Thailand. So the second half has started here, guys. The Eels kicking off the Dolphins. Let's go. Second half starts at 6-6 with 40 minutes to go of the second half. Swede. I don't know what that means, Brenton. I don't know what that means. Like educating a toddler. No. I don't know what you're talking about, Joe. I'm actually not too sure what you're talking about, to be fair. Because I didn't read your first original comment because I wait until I'm in the country. You know? I want to learn from the locals. I don't want to learn from someone in Beijing over there in Western Australia. Deary me. Fit tackle here at the 45. Just asking for a pork roll. I could go for some pork right about now. I found a good restaurant here in Udaipur that sells bacon, though. That was good, really good tasting over the last 3 days. I've had the same breakfast for the last 3 days in a row. Cheese omelette, some vegetables, a little bit of spice. Huh? A little bit of spice. Bacon. Don't take it for granted. So the Eels out of the right-hand side. They'll be third tackle at the 20. It's hello in Thai. Bet you it's not. So that's going to be a penalty here from the Eels to the Dolphins. Also, you talking about Date My Mum reminded me of all those awful fake dating shows from MTV in the early 2000s. Yeah, Date My Mum was that one. There was also the Dating in the Dark. That was hilarious. Dating in the Dark was good. Excuse me, says, I feel bad for streamers when people say something they don't understand and read it out, like it could be anything you don't realise. Why do you think I didn't read out the second word there of Brenton? Because I'm pretty certain that he's full of shit. So Moses now to Dylan Brown, and Dylan Brown here at the 40 on second tackle. Definitely can't trust Brent Neslick this weekend too. Titans play the Knights. You can't trust him any weekend, really, but you definitely can't trust him this weekend. Definitely. No way. Novocastrians, you've got to watch out for him. So third tackle here for the Eels at the 28. Can someone who has a conscience please go and type in and find out what that means from Brenton? Fourth tackle now, Dylan Walker. And tries over the Eels! Right under the post. The Eels go booshka right in the face of the kicker. Matt Dory will score, and it's 10-6 with the kick to come. It's about to be 12-6 in a moment now. Must be pick on Brenton's stream. Which, hey, we can change it over to you if we would like. Well, I'm happy to pick on Brenton. Titans play the Knights tomorrow. He knows the drill, mate. He knows the drill. But it's like, even if they were to win tomorrow, it's like, well, it's still 1-1. And I take that to the bank. It just brings up some Swedish soccer comp. There's something dodgy going on here with Brenton Eslick. I can't believe Brendan Wessling said what he said and just never came back. Because Brendan Wessling, he doesn't have the capacity or the ability to talk about anything except for the officials and refereeing. So that is the issue with Brendan. Usually it's complaining about the Roosters and the officials against the Roosters. But today he decided to mix it up. And agree with the bunker in a moment that really made no sense. It needed to even be spoken about because Mitchell Moses dived harder than Neymar. It means cup. No. Brenton is not just dropping a random. He's just not dropping it randomly like a cup. Travis says you've already got win against knock-on Knights this year, so yeah, that is true. But also since then, the Titans have proceeded to not be too good. Brendan Reffling, that's the one. Buck says Eels back on track for finals, baby. Eels ain't on track for nothing. So 12-6 with 36 minutes to go here of the game. If the Eels make the 8, I think that we should relegate all 16 other teams into another competition and just let the Eels play by themselves. If the Eels, from the way they've started the season, and also the way they've played in this game, if the Eels make the 8, I give up on rugby league. I give up. I gotta say I give up. Because it means the whole competition is gone. Jared Money says Sydney Roosters have their own issues right now, so he probably wanted to talk about something else. Well, they beat the Dolphins last week, mate. They're back on track to win the comp, aren't they? Daryl Weller says Campbell back this week for the Titans. Confident. Never confident with the Titans, Daryl. Never confident with the Titans, Daryl, but I'll still be here, backing in my boys. Backing them in, firing up like crazy. Getting it going. So, fourth tackle for the Eels at the 38. Riley Smith off to Dylan Brown. Then Dylan Brown out the back. Eels might get away. No, taking out the 48 or so. And Isaiah Young gets away. Still going at the 45, fifth tackle. Neither one of these teams actually... the Dolphins definitely don't want to win this game. The Dolphins absolutely don't want to win this game. Mitchell says, Eels know a whole lot about playing with themselves. Sometimes I forget to read the comment out in my brain before I actually read it. So penalty for high contact there against Mark Nichols. Brent says, bruh, trust me, man. Yeah? It just comes up with Swedish football competition. Sunday's right. Alright, well, I'm going to put that Thailand. He might actually be legit. I haven't read it yet, though. First tackle over the Eels at the 20. And they'll give it off to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown gives it, and they'll be 10 metres away from the line. Second tackle. Riley Smith, he'll go out to the left-hand side. I don't doubt you, Sando. I agreed with you, but I just know that Brenton didn't mean Swedish football competition as a term in Thailand. So Moses, now to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown off to... Can't even see who that was. But he got crunched at the 10. Too bad Fletcher's playing this week, sir. Oh, man. We usually love him here on the channel, but he's a cat today. He's a cat today. He's a cat tomorrow. Whoa! Mitchell Moses crunched by Herbie Farnworth. So Moses out of the play for the fifth tackle now. They get to Riley Smith off to... He goes himself, kicks it through, and that was just awful. And it'll be Dolphins ball at the 15. Okay, top 10 phrases to learn before your trip to Thailand. Listen and learn USA. My verification as a human has been successful. We love that. This is why. Sawidi crap. Or whatever it is. Sawidi crap or car. Sawidi car or Sawadi crap. Oh my gosh, Brenton. What is Swede cup? What is Swede cup? He's an unbelievable blow. This guy, the Dolphins will knock the ball on. It'll be the Eels taking down the 38. The Eels will be taking down the 38. It'll be knock on from the Dolphins. Eels ball at the 40. The ref looks like he was bullied all through school because he was the hall monitor to teach his pet. Do you know from experience? If you go... Okay, Brenton, listen to me, right? You go on here and you go to Listen and Learn USA. Sawadi krap. Or Sawadika is hello. It's a cheery greeting, can go a long way in the land of smiles. Sawadi krap will often be met with a huge grin. You can use the same phrase to bid someone goodbye to. Fair enough. See, you're learning something with me today, Brenton. Welcome, everybody, to the BKR Thailand learning classes for language. So, first tackle here for the Eels. That should have been a penalty. Oop. Not reading Jay Hayes coming out because that one would probably get me in trouble. Eels ball here at the 40. Second tackle, Riley Smith, Dylan Walker off to Junior Bolo, and it'll be 30 metres out from the line, third tackle. Probably not perfectly acceptable, that one. Skid says, if Broncos lose this week, I'll become an Eels fan. Well, Broncos lose this week, sure, but if Broncos lose this week, they are quite loose. Out to the right, they're going over the side of a shore. They throw the ball back. Oh, wow, it actually worked out. He threw the ball back in. If they score there, that would be the most disgraceful try I've ever seen. Fourth tackle now for the Eels, the 4. I can't believe they didn't get him out, but he got the ball on the inside. Mitchell Moses. Why does he keep taking the run on 4th and taking himself out of the play for 5th? Riley Smith off to Dylan Walker. Walker goes himself, kicks it through, played at. That is 6 again for the Eels. No way are they going to just say switch over. Really? I swear that was a 6. I swear he played today. Am I crazy? Dasmate says that Muppet Adam O'Brien wouldn't even allow a trip to the Caxton or Honeybees post-game. No trip to Honeybees? You're telling me they couldn't even go to the Caxton Strip Club? You're kidding me. That's a disgrace. That's really disgusting from Adam O'Brien. He should have been sacked years ago, but he should have been sacked and imprisoned for not allowing them to go to Honeybees at the Caxton. And penalty to the Dolphins. Penalty to the Dolphins. Lagan says, come on, boys. My multi can't go out first leg. You know what I love about that comment? Is that when you said, come on, boys, firstly, dodgy comment, but also secondly, I don't know if you're talking about the Eels or the Dolphins. So 30 minutes to go here of the game. Hit that like button and subscribe. 30 minutes to go here of the game. That's a ruined 21st if I've ever seen one. Just disgraceful. So that's actually only the second penalty for the Dolphins all game. Their last penalty came in the 11th minute, whilst the Eels have had 1, 2, 3, 4, about a million. I think it was like 8 or 9 penalties. All right, first tackle now at the 35, out to Isai Katoa. Isai Katoa, short ball to Finifiwiaki. It'll be 25 metres away from the line. The Dolphins. Yeah, I did tip the Dolphins, to be fair. I was neither confident nor confident. But I did lean with the Dolphins based on formats over the last 2 games. So have you fun with it? I think I saw enough more out of the Dolphins in their good times than when the Eels had that good game against the Tigers before. Out to Isai Katoa. It's 4th tackle. Why does this... Oh, no, he gets the ball offloaded to Nikorima. Nikorima underneath. There's a good chance if a race stone... Well, it's going to be... Yeah, he goes down. 5th tackle, hit the 5. Why do both 7s keep running it on 4th tackle and taking themselves out of the play? He will kick it across here, though, on 5th tackle. I've got to be honest with you, NRL. Like, it's very clear and obvious that players are shuffling their feet to block players off. So we've just seen there, the Eels have caught the ball fairly with the fullback at the 2. But the issue is that there is an Eels player, Will Panasini, who is about 2 metres in front, that clearly blocks off the play by just shuttling. He doesn't make a tackle. He doesn't, go back into him, but he clearly is protecting the player from the Dolphins player getting involved by just shuffling to the right. It's very obvious. So 5th tackle, and they only got to the 20 here, the Eels. Not a great deal of meters. The Filipino guy doesn't look too bad, to be honest. The other guy was pretty dodgy. Who are you talking about? Lagging to the upcoming Papal election? Papal? I don't even know what that means. Alright, so first tackle here for the Dolphins at the halfway point. So at least they've got a good kind of field position at the moment. Hamiso then to Jermaine Sarko, and it's going to be second tackle at the... just past halfway. What did Moses... I don't know what Moses did. I think he meant Pope. Oh, true. Yeah, I don't know. I believe in God, not religion, man. That's... I believe in God, not religion. Not a big fan of the old organised religion. So 4th tackle now at the 30. They'll go out to the left, off to Isai Katoa. Katoa, short ball, 5th tackle at the 20. I will say it is the halves that have been extremely lacking for the Dolphins today. Up in the air, good chase from Bostock! I think it's a knock-on here from the Dolphins. Otherwise, it'll be a drop out from the Eels. It is a knock-on from the Dolphins. Knock on from the Dolphins. No go. I'm looking forward. What should I get for dinner tonight? What should I get for dinner? I'm going out for dinner. My Italian friend, Gabby, he really wanted to get... Well, he got pizza last night, and when an Italian says the pizza's good, it means the pizza good. Oh, actually, you know what? If you guys want to Google it, we are going to visit a place called the Wax Museum in Udaipur, and that's spelled Udaipur. If you want to Google it, go and have a look at the Wax Museum. Third tackle over the Eels at the 40. If you want a bit of a laugh, this is what we're going to do tonight after this stream, before we go for dinner. Wax Museum in Udaipur. Fourth tackle, they go out to the left. I'm pretty certain the actual Barack Obama is in attendance. I'm pretty sure. Elizabeth says Para 13 plus. I don't think so. I think this game is going to be pretty close throughout. Para probably do win from here if they keep playing like the way they have. But Hamiso grabs at the 15. Sounds like a trap. Jay, I do encourage you and I implore you to go and look at Wax Museum Udaipur. It honestly looks like they've got the real Barack Obama and the real Mahatma Gandhi. Italian confirmed he wanted pizza. That should be a high tackle here. Oh no. What's happened here? I thought his head jolted back. It was actually something with his shoulder there. Was it Jake Averillo? Yeah, it is. Something with his shoulder, but his head jolted back, so I assumed that it was a high tackle, but it wasn't. Isaiah Katoa on fit tackle at the 45. They have a vagina museum in Tasmania. True story. Sure. Is it popular? Oh, the Eels will knock the ball out at the 25. And the Dolphins now will get a 7-tackle set. Jake Averillo, is he not injured right now? He gets the ball offload to Hamiso. Hamiso still going. He gets the ball off to Isako. Isako now at the 20. And he'll be taken down to the 15. It's still 0 tackle here, by the way. Jay says no. Sounds a bit gay. So, 0 tackle. Dolphins back into the 20. And now Tom Gilbert, first tackle, 14 meters out, sorry. This is the Dolphins' best chance right now to get back and tie it up. Isaiah Katoa! Still need more from Isaiah Katoa and Nicarima. Wasn't there when I was younger. Jay, you're telling me it wasn't there? You're telling me it wasn't there back when Alexander the Great was around? That's unbelievable. Ray Stone, he'll be taken down at the... it's a 6 again. Second tackle, 4 meters away from the line of the Dolphins. They go for a quick scoot! I think he's held up. Mitchell says, this ref doesn't believe in forward passes. Must be against the spirit of the game. The old spirit of the game is something that is very true to Australian and English hearts. You know. Oh, by the way, I spoke to an Englishman the other day, and a lot of people in England, for some reason, are under the belief that England actually won the last Ashes. Genuinely. I had to, he made a bet with me. He made a bet with me, which was just hilarious. I was like, bro, what I do is sports commentary. I'm very well aware of who won the last Ashes. Tom Gilbert at the 5. And it's because it was a draw, so they don't realise it doesn't go to the host. It goes to the team that won it previously. Dolphins now 2 meters out. Held just short. 1 meter away. Oh, intercept by the Eels at the 15, the 20. Jeez, that's a good intercept, because if he doesn't intercept that, that is an easy try to the post. Enjoy the warm weather up there. Winter has arrived in Mildura, North Queensland expat here. Yeah, look, Indian heat is a bit different to enjoyment. That's for sure. It's dry heat, and besides the last 2 days, for the first month and 3 quarters, it was always 38 degrees minimum. First month and 3 quarters was always at minimum 38 degrees. Not a single day went below that. But now, last night actually got really cold here. Alright, so they'll go to the left-hand side, off to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown here to Tonga Iongi. 15 metres away, fit tackle. Then off to Mitchell Moses, kicks that ball up in the air, and another... Oh! I don't know here. This is actually going to be really interesting. One, I think he's probably knocked it on, but Penasini may have scored here. They're going to go up as a no try. This is going to be interesting what they call. So he believes that Herbie Farmer knocks on, which would be a dropout here from the Dolphins if the Eels knock it on too. It's actually a knock on Eels. This actually might be a knock on Eels first. I think that might actually come off of... Oh, no, it's not. It's off the Dolphins' hand. Well, he's caught that there. I think that might... It's gone back. Oh, I just think that's a rough call, that. Well, there's definitely going to be a knock on here. Yeah, well, they're going to call the knock on here against the Eels. But it's going to be a dropout here from the Dolphins. I think that's kind of... That was hard to see, but sure. Sure. Tasman says, I mean, the Poms gave us this beautiful sunny country while they gave themselves a shithole Gold Rock. Give them some slack. Obviously not the brightest people in the world. Hey, look, it's true. Daz is not wrong. He's not wrong, the old Daz. So it's going to be a dropout here from the Dolphins. The Eels lost in times as easy money Eels. I don't know even why you would say that, considering that you are very well aware that the Eels are probably the hardest money. No, the hardest money is Titans, but the Eels are very close second last. Or second. Oh! That's going to be a knock on Eels. Yeah, that's going to be a knock on Eels off the dropout. There's your easy money, mate. There's your easy money. All right, so that's going to be Dolphins ball at the 10. Did it? What's going on here? And it says, hello, Blaze, as you know, I'm an Englishman. Good! Good! Don't ever forget the Ashes. 12 years right on, son. Don't ever forget it, Andrew. And who's another Englishman here? Is Daniel Bates still here? Good for you too. Is there another Englishman here? Pommies, come out in the chat. It's the first tackle now for the Dolphins. They'll get this ball to the 15. There's a couple of weeks of summer in Vic, frozen grass, etc. I've never owned a gloves in Queensland. Not as bad as Bender to go, though. Oh, well, Queensland can get cool, but not, like, cold. I would actually say, funnily enough, it's the summer in India right now, like the hottest part of India right now, and the night times can get cold. Cold. So Isaiah Katoa to Cody Nicarima at the 35. Heavy farm with the Bostock. Bostock's still going. And now he'll be fourth tackle just past the halfway point. Seb Watson, show yourself. Yeah, Seb Watson was here before. Seb, you get out of here. You get out here and tell me about how many times the English have won the Ashes in the last 12 years. You tell me right now. Isaiah Katoa up into the air. Oh, it's a good chase, to be fair. Boshka! Good hit, and he gets knocked down at the 9. Yeah, Victoria, I just don't know if I could ever live in. But then again, I would like to live in Chicago, and that's minus 38 sometimes. So maybe I should reconsider my thought process. 20 minutes to go here of the game. 20 minutes to go of the game. 12-6 to the Eels. Hit that like button and subscription. Subscribe, and if you don't, your team is going to lose this weekend. It's a guarantee, actually. It's a guarantee. And when your team does lose, I want you to remember this moment. Remember my face. That's the reason. If you aren't hitting that thumbs up button. That's the reason. It's the only possible, plausible reason. Not because of the players, no. It's because you didn't like the video. So, Dolphins now to the 35 on first tackle. Tasman says Melbourne's better than Sydney. That's an interesting comment considering that you are living in Sydney. You are from Sydney. Very interesting comment. Daryl says Brimson made himself available in the Ashes for England later this year. Thoughts? Well, he's not going to play for Australia, so he may as well. He may as well, and he should get the spot. Third tackle now at the 45. I wouldn't be surprised if Des starts to consider Brimmer back into the fullback position, but then again, considering the half situation, there is no depth there because Zane's not ready yet. Fourth tackle, out to the left. Up to Isaiah Katoa. Then to Nicarima. Nicarima to Hamiso. Hamiso gives it to Farnworth. Farnworth steps inside. Oh, taking a 10 metres out. Fit tackle. This is close. Out to Nicarima. Steps. Back inside. Try time! That's a great pass from Nicarima. He's worked out that to be a great try. And how's that easy money for you now on the Eels? 12-10 with the kick to come. Bit of how you going about that one. That's going to be Kennelly Lemielu, who does score the try. It's close enough to the post, which should be a gimme. But Nicarima with a really nice step there. Faked the kick, steps inside. And then he has Lemielu, who just had plenty of space to run this one over and score the try. Skunkle says, leave me alone, you mutts. What? Who's having a go at you? What do you mean? Who's having a crack? I can't even see anyone having a crack. Why if Eels fans booing? He's definitely scored. He's 100% scored. No. I thought that was... Yeah, try's confirmed. Try's fine. Desmond says never been called a mutt before. That's the Kiwi way there from Skunkle. It's the Kiwi way. Buck says if you're living in Dandy / Cranny, that's probably why you hate it. I don't know what Dandy or Cranny is. Actually, no, I think I do. I can make an educated guess at it. Is that Dandenong and Cranbrook? It's an educated guess. If I'm wrong, it's on you, mate. It's not on me. Mark says you are beautiful no matter what they say. No one says nothing. Everyone says beautiful. I've never had an insult in my life. Never, not once. So 12-10 here with the kid to come. 18 minutes to go here. Jermaine Sarko is going to go whoppa! 12-12. 12-12 with 18 minutes to go. Dandenong and Crimeborn. Crimeborn? Is that still Cranbrook? Am I right? Dandenong is Vic's version of India IPL. What? What does that even mean? What is Dandenong is Vic's version of India IPL? I don't even know what that means. What are you talking about? Mitchell says Lemielu will be inducted into the Hall of Fame immediately. No. That won't be happening. We've got to get Tino in first. Alright. So tied game here. The Eels, if they lose, will stay last for another round. The Dolphins, if they lose, there is a chance they go last by the end of the round. Let's see how it goes now. 15 metres away from the line. No. First tackle now off to Lemielu. And he'll get the ball past the 20, 25. Good run. Good run at the 25. Still a long way to go here. Anyone can do it. Third tackle at the 30. And now at the 45 on fourth tackle. Dallas, did you go to any games of the IPL? No, I'm trying to get one in the next couple of days. I was meant to go to the Mumbai Indians versus Gujarat Titans game 2 nights ago. I was meant to go to that, but I wasn't able to get there. I'm pretty happy to come back early next year and go to a game, man. I've had a fantastic time. It hasn't really been about sport, this trip for me. This trip's been more about connecting and culture and all that kind of stuff. So I've been watching some games, but I haven't gone to a game yet. I was meant to go to a Rajasthan Royals game a couple of weeks ago in Rajasthan, but the game was at 3:30 p.m. and the heat was 44 degrees, so I didn't go to the game. Marcus, I think we can have the same top 3 at the end of the round. So Eels the ball hit the 25. Storm are going to beat the Tigers in Melbourne. Warriors Dragons will be interesting because the Warriors don't usually win against the Dragons away. Raiders Bulldogs. Well, not necessarily. If the Bulldogs beat the Raiders and the Storm beat the... If the Bulldogs beat the Raiders and the Storm beat the Tigers, then the top 3 is completely different. The Raiders fall out of the top 4. Top 3. Provided that the Warriors also win their game too. Bucks, I live a few suburbs down the line from Afghanistan. Second tackle at the 35. And now Herbie Farnworth is away at the 50, the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30. Farnworth with the try for the Dolphins. He will score. And how's your easy fucking money now, baby? 16-12 with a kick to come to the Redcliffe. Hey? The Dolphins, they take the lead, 16-12. Easy money, Eels. What did I tell you, man? This is why you don't come in here. We're saying it's too easy, too early. It was only a 6-point game, and the Dolphins have just gone bing, and they've just gone bong, and they've just done it right in the middle of it, smack bang in the middle of your face. Right in the middle of your face. Raiders need to win by 17 and take the soft spot. Correct, but if the Bulldogs win, Raiders can drop to 4th position. Skunkle says, yeah, take that, Andrew. Andrew's actually a good bloke. It's just that he's very easy to take the piss out of. Like, he is actually a really good bloke, but he's just very, very easy to take the piss out of, man. But he brings it on himself, like he does. Telling us that... Oh, what's happened there? So 15 minutes to go, 16-12 to the Dolphins with the kit to come to the kicker care. And like I said, because the Dolphins, their points differential's +6 and everybody above them on the next tier of the 8 points with Rabbitohs, Knights, Roosters and Dragons, the Dolphins will jump quite a few spots up, actually. They will jump quite a few spots up into 10th position. Have they already given this bye to the Roosters yet? I'm not too sure. If they have, then they actually jump into 10th above everybody. Skunkle says, Branson, no one likes you this week, remember that. Yeah, no, do remember that, Branson. No, Skunkle, you are right. No one likes Branson this week. Well, we can like him on Saturday. We can like him on Saturday. We don't like you, Branson, until after tomorrow. And do remember that. You are right, Skunkle. Let's hear it, Poms, for your boy Herbie. Yeah, Herbie Farnworth, the Englishman, does score. They do convert it, but it's 18-12. Kay says, oh, well, bye-bye, Eels. That's game. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Stupid comment. There's 15 minutes to go. It's a 6-point damn ball game. 5 minutes ago, we had people commenting easy money Eels. 5 minutes ago, we had easy money Eels. There's 15 minutes to go here. It's a 6-point game. What do you mean that's game? It's not game. I don't believe in the Eels. No one believes in the Eels, but also no one believed in the Dolphins. We had comments saying game over basically 10 minutes ago when the Eels were up by 6. Easy money. No easy money. There's no easy money in this game. They're both bottom 4 teams. Second tackle at the 35. Go to the right, Felice Kafusi. Skunkle says, if we lose, I'll be giving 1930s a run for its money. 1930s a run for its money? What's 1930s? What's 1930s a run for its money? So Herbie Farnworth, no, sorry, not Farnworth. Hamiso Tapawai Fado at the 40. The Great Depression. I thought that was 20s, wasn't it? I thought the Great Depression was the. Oh, you're probably right. To be fair, I'm not even arguing it, but I just feel like off the top of my head, I would have thought it was the 20s. So second tackle now for the Eels at the 13, and you better hope you're right, because even though I'm just going off the top of my head, you better hope you're right. And Eels get slapped back to the 10, third tackle. When did Brown last do anything in the game? And Moses ain't getting an origin spot in this performance. I still think that Moses should get the 6 and Cleary should get the 7. Jermaine Hopgood taken down at the 20. That's a high tackle. Francis Molo. How has the ref not picked up that high tackle? Francis Molo quite literally puts his hand up knowing that he just hit him high and they didn't call that as a head contact. And the last time that Dylan Brown did something was 2022, sorry. And it says me. No, we're talking about Andrew Backhouse. Yeah, the multi could be back, lads. $5 in 185 out. No. $18.50 coming towards the channel. Beautiful. Looking forward to the $18.50 donation, Logan Ballsacks. Third tackle now for the Dolphins at the 45. 12 minutes to go to the game. Also, why are people now immediately just saying the game is over? Third tackle. Now fourth at the 30 for the Dolphins. Out to the left here to Isaiah Katoa. 20 metres out. Out to Nicarima. Hamisa Tawafado kicks it through. Yongi with a good grab. 2 metres out. Lag freeze. Are you saying it's frozen right now? Are you saying in the chat that the stream is frozen? I need you to let me know. You're fine. I'm timing you out. I'm timing you king out for saying that it's lagging. You only get 1 minute. You get 1 minute for freaking me out. Alright, so it's going to be 4 tackle here at the 35 for the Eels. And Riley Smith is trying to claim the penalty. Dylan Brown passes it out. Eels are away. Out of card. The third. Oh, he's still going. Oh, no. Oh! This is why 17th. This is why 17th. Throwing the ball over the sideline. He's lost the ball over the sideline. Alright, so 10 minutes to go to the game, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe. 10 minutes to go here at the game. Dolphins 35 metres away off to Hamisa Tabuai-Fado. Now to the 30 on second tackle. Last touch by Dolphins. Thank you, Skunkle. It's incorrect because it was a knock-on from Otakar, but this is why you are not a referee. Third tackle at the 25. Cases easy money Dolphins. Are you deliberately trying to force a switcheroo? Logan Balzac says, "We'll do anything for my glorious King Pookie Blaze." Not going to deny it. Not going to deny it at all. Dasmate says, the Great Depression was September 30th, 2012 and October 6th, 2014, both at around 9:45 p.m. Wrong. I was in Fiji for the Bulldogs versus Rabbitohs game, so it would have been probably around 11:45 p.m. But then again, I wasn't depressed. So, no, we will go back to 9:45 p.m. Sure. I actually thought that final 10 minutes was so fun to watch. Oh, there's going to be a bin, is there? Oh, no. It's just on report, but it's going to be a penalty to the Dolphins. Okay, this might start to be game now, because if they're going to get a penalty here, they're going to try and take the 2. They're about 35 metres out. They're kind of to the right in front. They're a little bit to the left, but they should be able to get this kick. And if they do, then it's an 8-point game. The Eels, good luck. Easy money, Eels. Also, I need to go and find out if Mr. Samantha was correct. When was the Great Depression? It was in 1929. You shut your mouth when it started. 1929 is when it started, Sam. Get a grip. Come on, man. Go do better. It might have gone for 12 years across the 1930s, but I was correct. It started in 1929. Thank you very much. Skunkle, you got to really, really, really get a grip of yourself. So, Dolphins here to take a 2 to bring it to an 8-point game. Skunk says you're a clown. No, I would need to ask you, when did the Great Depression start, Skunkle? And you can't answer 2007, even though you're correct, because we did make the prelims in 2010. The Great Depression started at the beginning of 2011. That is correct. No, when was the Great Depression? 1929, mate. 1929. It was in the 30s. No, the Great Depression, 1929. And then it went to 1941, is what I saw. So 20-12 into the Dolphins. They do get the kick. And there was 9 minutes to go here. Let me just make sure. When was the Great Depression again? It was 1929 till 1941. I don't even see a 3. I don't see a single 3 there. 1929 until 1941. I don't even see a single 3 there. Skunkle, you gotta start learning. I can't be carrying you. I can't be carrying your intelligence 24/7, you know? It is the 20s. See, Bally, you get it, mate. But you're a Broncos fan, so you also don't get it. But I'll give you this one, though. So it takes you from a negative 400 to a negative 399. Hey, there's a 3 there for your Skunkle. There's a 3 right there. Negative 399. Desmond says, but it ended up just a year later in 2015 when the Broncos choked to 4-point lead with 1 second to go in a grand final. And then 8 years later, the Broncos again choked, this time a 24-8 lead with 15 to go. Fair enough. Second tackle for the Dolphins, and they'll get this ball to the 30 on third tackle. Skunkle says, hey, Bailey. That's good from you. That's good for you, Skunkle. Guess the number between 1 to 10. Do it less than 5. But then again, go and get Bailey. You can guess a number between 1 to 5. I would suggest. You know what? If you don't get it now, if you go and put a high number now, I can't help you. Guess a number between 1 and 10. I've helped you as much as I can. Josh Adokar here. He'll get at the 15 on first tackle. Hammer doesn't seem to be involved in the play nearly as much as last year. Well, you saw that Hammer was very involved when he was playing teams like the Titans and the Panthers. And this is what I was saying the first 4 rounds. Hamiso wasn't getting much ball. He wasn't getting involved in the play a great deal. And then they started winning, and he was involved in the play a significant amount. And now, these last 3 rounds, it looks like Hamiso's gone back into his shell. I don't know if this is because of Isai Katoa and Cody Nick Riemann not organising the play well enough to get him involved. I don't know if it's because nobody else is passing him the ball. I don't know if it's because he is, just not playing up to the standards that he would like to be. I don't know. But it's very clear that Hamiso has had a wave with this team. Is this a Hamiso kind of led team? With that being said, though, the Dolphins are winning this game. Oh, the Eels are away! Eels are away! Zayongi, this is going to be a try to the post! We're back on! We're back on for a game here! Boom! Try time! Dylan Brown, and it's 2016 with the kick to come to the Eels. It's about to probably be a 2-point game. The Eels, they're slippery, son. Who's going to win the battle of the water? Have you got the slippery Eels or the... But the Eels broke away. Wowee. Make it 1-24. But that was a nice play from the Eels, and they're going to be so close. Oh, man, that penalty. We might actually have this. Someone said at the beginning of the stream, this may be a golden point written all over it. They would need to get a 2-point field goal, which Mitchell Moses could do, or they get a penalty. That offload from Kitione Katonga, Fiji, it's also Viti, but when Kitione Katonga, that flick pass is brilliant. Brilliant. Andy Sadler says, come on the Eels. I'm in England, but got £30 on the Eels. I'm so sorry, Andy, for both being in England and also £30 on the Eels. But welcome to the stream. Appreciate you for tuning in. That's a great offload there from Kitione Katonga. There's still a chance here, son. There's still a chance. Andy says, the Great Depression was in 2012 in Stretford when Sergio Aguero scored in the minute 93:20. I'm not going to disagree with that one. But then again, I also enjoyed that Great Depression. Maybe I didn't enjoy the 1920, Sam. 1920s Great Depression. Seabiscuit was 1929, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. So, Sam, you are very wrong, actually. Seabiscuit showed the start of the Great Depression in the 1920s. Oh, he's missed the kick. Sean Russell just missed the kick. So it says a 4-point game, so take away the penalty. You now need to score a try here, Eels. I still have Kafusi for a big hit on my bingo card. We've got 5.5 minutes left of bingo here. Get your bingos in. Sack Sean Russell immediately. Was that his... How many kicks has he missed today? Oh no, he's missed 2 kicks. He's 1 from 3. Oh, if he had have actually got his 2 conversions, it would be 20-20. It would be 20-20. Because Isako's got all 3 of his kicks. It is 3 tries apiece right now. Alright. 5.5 minutes to go here. Seabiscuit was foaled in 1933. Well, then the movie's wrong then, bud. The movie's wrong. It's not my fault. The movie's wrong. The movie is incorrect because the Great Depression started during that movie, and it was in 1929 when it started. So, again, not wrong. Movie's wrong. 1929 to 1941. There's not a single 3 there. You're wrong. Eels on the right hand side though. At the 40. Third tackle. 5 minutes to go here. Lost in times, the Eels will win. We've gone from Eels easy money to Eels will win. So at least I like that thought process. Out of the left, Dylan Walker. Walker, Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown steps. Taking it out of the 50. 4th tackle. This game's actually... Oh, jeez. That's been head to bum action there. That was wild. That's going to be Jermaine Hopgood. Offloads it. Goes backwards. Steal Eels ball. Is this 6 again? 6 again for the Eels at the halfway point. Here's a chance. Dylan Brown's away at the 40, the 30, the 25, 20. Steps back in. Should have kicked it out of car. Or maybe not actually. Oh, they didn't call 6 again. It's still fit tackle. It wasn't. Why did everyone cheer then? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, to the right is Yongi. They get it through. Passing it. Penasini. Why is he not passing the ball? What's going on? There is so much that I want to infuriatingly scream down the throats of the entire city of Parramatta after that attacking set. But you know what? It's still 4 minutes to go to the game. Only 4-point game. Let me know in the chat right now. Do the Eels find a way to send it to Golden Point? Do the Eels find a way to win this game? Or do the Dolphins hold it out from here? Comment in the chat. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. The Dolphins get this ball to the 25 now on 3rd tackle. Casey teases past it, Effia. Yeah, Jason Riles is up and he's fuming right now. Jason Riles is going to headbutt someone. 4th tackle. He's going to rip a door off like Desi. So Hamiso, 5th tackle to the 45. If you are the Dolphins, you just need to play completed sets. Simple as that. Scanner says Sivo, Sivo, Sivo. I was there for that game when they were chanting Sivo that loud. I was there. So Josh Adokar! Josh Adokar's away to 30! 35, the 40, steps on the inside, taking down the 45. This is a crazy finish to this game. The quality of this game has been dreadful in regards to, in terms of like the quality of the teams. But it's actually been an entertaining game outside of that for all the wrong reasons. Now they've got space on the opposite side of the field at the 40, and they'll be crunched. No, still going Penasini. Second tackle here at the 30. They would need to convert a try to win the game. If they get a try and miss a kick, we go to extra time. 2:55 to go at the game. Second tackle, they get it off to Iongi. They're just going left to right to left, but they're spreading completely left and completely right now. Third tackle, 25 metres away from the right line. Riley Smith to Junior Bolo. They need to score and win the game. It's a knock on from the Parramatta Eels. It's a knock on from the squeals. Oh no. Sundo. I'm not going to read that coming out, but boy. Jason Ryle's not happy. They'll still get one full set here, the Eels. The Dolphins will have the ball, but they will still get one full set. Seb Watson says F the Eels shit club. Seth Rice says Winger was free. Yep. Emu says Herbie scores them and saves them. Well, Herbie doesn't need to score to save them because they're already up by 4 with 2 minutes to play in the game. So the Dolphins now at the 22. At the 22. Wait, Dylan Walker shit in the bed? Ain't no way. No way, Sam. I don't believe it. Dylan Walker, not knowing the Great Depression was in 1929. You know, they go hand in hand. Third tackle here for the Dolphins at 38. That should realistically... Junior Paulo is all over him just then. So Isaka Toa to Felice Kafusi and the 45. Don't forget, we'll be live tomorrow, guys, for the Titans versus Knights, and also the Bronco and the... Not the doggy. The Bronco and the Rabbit. The Broncos and the Rabbits and the Titans Knights tomorrow. Fifth tackle in for the Dolphins at the 45. Now is the Eels' chance. If they do not score and win this game, they will be last at the end of this round. If they win, they will be able to potentially... Well, they'll definitely jump above the Dolphins. They'll put the Titans into last for now. Thank you. Come on, Dolphins. But also, Panthers will go to second last again. So the Eels on the second tackle at the 20. 1 minute to go here of the game. If the Dolphins score... If the Dolphins hold out, they will go up to 10th. If the Eels score, they will go up to 4th last. Third tackle now for the Eels. They're not making any meters, though. Junior Bolo off to Jermaine Hopgood. Mitchell Moses. Moses now flicks it underneath. They go for a run straight up the middle now. Fourth tackle at the 30. They are desperate for anything right now. Nothing's going their way. Mitchell Moses flicks the ball all the way across. Hits the grass. Josh Adokar. Josh Adokar's away. Josh Adokar to the 50. The 40. The 30. Oh, he's taken down to the 10. This game's wild. Fifth tackle. 8 meters out. He's knocked the ball on. Oh, my gosh. Oh, dude, that is a wild finish. I just started screaming. Oh, he's knocked the ball on. Oh, no. Adokar gets away. The Eels have had every opportunity to win this game, bro. He squealed like Sam does. The people who are outside are probably just going to be like, what the fuck is happening? Oh, dude, what a finish to this game. But the Dolphins will win 20-16. Dallas was fun at the start, but thrilling finish. Yeah, I agree. Bailey says Eels suck, stay last. Deary me, what a finish this game. MXN says, I'm on Dolphins and just clicked on your live stream and almost had a heart attack until the 10. Oh, man. Like I said, the quality of this game between these two teams was very clearly bottom 4 teams. But the Dolphins now will jump up into 10th for what that's worth. The Eels will stay in last for the weekend. I would argue that you're right, Sundo. Parra choked because they've made plenty of line breaks late. Dylan Brown made that line break. Adokar made that line break. There was multiple line breaks. They just couldn't put the finishing clinical touches on it. And that is the reason why they have 135 points scored through 9 rounds, including what they've just got to 16. So through 10 rounds, they have only scored 151 points. So that's proof in how poor the Eels have been so far this season attacking-wise. So, yeah, look, they do stay at 17th position, and they kind of threw that game away. And I would argue they threw away the game against the Dogs about a month and a half ago or so. Like, realistically, they probably should have been able to find a way, but they just didn't. So, there you go, guys. That's it. We finish it up. How's that easy money on Eels going, though, for those comments? Easy money Eels, you reckon? Anyway, it was a close finish. And that's it for today. That's it for today. All right, guys, I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow for Titans versus Knights and also the Rabbitohs in the Broncos game. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Don't believe everything the media says and about the India situation. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya!